So most of you guys know I was sick. If you guys didn't see my stream yesterday, I've been horribly sick. And the day I was most sick, Tara had a business dinner and Ruby had dance class. So as soon as Ruby's dance class was over, and I mean, I'm like laying in the car moaning in just total discomfort. And there's a McDonald's across the street. They don't have a loudspeaker, so you actually have to drive to the first window to order. My daughter, since I can hear myself from someone.
Sorry, I was messing around with my phone.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So anyways, my daughter, ever since she was old enough to speak, she's called it the fake McDonald's because they don't even have a box. You got to drive up to the window and talk to someone to order. Well, so we go there anyways. We get a Happy Meal for her, and I grab myself just a little something just so I could try and eat. And we came home with it, and she's eating. And I'm going to actually pull you up a picture of this because the funniest fucking thing happened. She comes up to me, and she holds up the box of fries, and she goes, "Look, Daddy, it's Patrick Mahomes." And I wish I could have laughed as hard as I wanted to because I was dying. And every time I laughed, it just hurt every part of my body. So it's like, oh. But look at that. Look at that fry box and think of Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I can pull up a picture of Patrick Mahomes if no one knows exactly what he looks like. But I wanted to die. I wanted to die of laughter, and I couldn't. And I was just so disappointed because that had to have been the funniest fucking thing my daughter has ever said. But here, you can see the comparison here. There's Patrick Mahomes. And there's the fry box. Anyways.
Oh, my God.
There's Casey.
What's up, Casey? Casey is raw.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, I've been better. Hey, speaking of Joe Montana, there he is. We're in his Hall of Fame, or his 100-year jack. Oh, and there's Horse Face, Elway.
This NFL 100 list was a joke.
So what was the list? Can you tell me about that a little bit? I'm going to kind of...
They just picked the 100 greatest... They picked the 100 greatest players in NFL history and whatnot. But how in God's green earth Terrell Owens was not on there for wide receivers is a fucking joke.
Well, why wasn't Aaron Hernandez on there for tight ends?
Well, hey, when you want to talk about it.
Right.
Well, was OJ on there is a question. I wasn't really looking.
OJ was on there.
Oh, uh-oh.
I'm pretty sure. He was a finalist at running back anyway, but I'm pretty sure.
Hernandez's career wasn't that long, though.
No, it was only 3 years.
According to the law, O.J. Simpson, O.J. Simpson didn't kill anybody according to the law, but according to the law, Aaron Hernandez did. So, I mean, I guess there is a difference there.
But O.J. was found liable in the civil lawsuit.
Yeah.
That's different.
You could be liable for something and not be the one who pulled the trigger or stabbed with the knife,
Yeah,
like
O.J. was one of the running backs.
If it's like Casey, for instance, Casey, say you were there that night that OJ's wife and Ronald Goldman were killed, and you were supposed to be guarding the front door, and when OJ walked up, you went, "Oh, hey, buddy, yeah, they're right in there," and then just stepped aside. You'd be financially liable. Yeah, I mean, you'd probably be accomplice to murder also.
Well, the trick to that is that he would also be there. So by extension, you're saying that OJ was definitely there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that OJ had to have been there. I was just giving you an example where Casey could have been civilly liable.
No, because I was guarding the gate. How could I be liable?
You weren't guarding it very fucking well.
They could jumped over the fence somehow.
Yeah, right.
Maybe I was taking my 15-minute break.
Let's just all remember. See, I like to remember the great USC Heisman Trophy running back, OJ. Not all that false propaganda the media and everybody has spread about him after his career was over. Just another black man framed in L.A.
Oh, God.
But it backfired.
Oh, come now.
There's There's way too much evidence that OJ was guilty. There's no way. Yeah.
My young friend. But if the glove does not fit, you must acquit.
It doesn't mean he wasn't there.
That thing was soaked in blood that shrunk that glove.
Now that's pure speculation. A jury of his peers found him innocent.
I was.
Well,
Johnny Cochran told him not to take his arthritis meds, made his hands swell up.
Now again, you're speculating, Casey. There's no proof to that. And he may or may not, after Rodney King, ain't no jury in LA County gonna find a black man guilty of nothing. Now that's again speculation, but I like to remember the juice on the loose.
Juice on the loose.
Dropping a deuce on the loose.
2,000 rushing yards, or even Naked Gun. He was fantastic in the Naked Gun movies.
Hi, Dad. I kind of lost my gecko in the.
What do you say about his dickle?
No, I think it was Gecko.
He lost his gecko for PJ Masks.
Rushing yards?
Yes, he was in 1973.
No, Barry Sanders.
OJ ran. Well, I don't know who's. OJ ran for 2,003 yards in 1973.
I think Barry Sanders did it probably in the 90s.
I don't remember Barry Sanders rushing stuff. It was a long time ago. I'd probably remember it more if he hadn't retired when he was 30.
Yeah, he was too long. He was too young to retire.
That's good job, buddy. Go play. That's funny that nobody remembers Barry Sanders stuff because he retired too young, but Jim Brown retired at the same age. And
I just want to point out that the soon-to-be Super Bowl champion 49ers are taking the field right now.
Oh, that's presumption.
I'm a little bit behind. I've got Garoppolo and The Rock fucking on stage right now.
Oh, for God's sakes. I'm so sick of The Rock.
He's starting to show his age, starting to get some wrinkles.
He's in fucking everything. It drives me nuts. Like,
it's the whole 49ers team.
Whatever happened to less is more.
John Cena in the new Fast and the Furious movie?
I'm not going to bother watching it.
I quit caring about that series when they went from, I don't know if I said it on this show, but I've said it before. I'm still trying to figure out how they went from a bunch of people robbing semi-trucks in Honda Civics to where they went now. The correlation to me, that might be the biggest leap in film history. So
Did you see this? Did you see this trailer that came out yesterday or day before yesterday?
No, I haven't watched the Fast and the Furious movie.
No, the trailer for the new one that's coming out.
No.
It is god awful. It is because look, there's a certain amount of suspension of disbelief that I will allow myself for a movie, but it's getting beyond the point of ridiculousness of these films that I have to be able to take even a film that's kind of just to turn your brain off and stuff your face full of popcorn and watch it kind of film. I still have to at least believe them like a smidgen, and this is getting so bad that I just can't do it anymore. It's like there's this one scene that they show in the trailer where there's a broken down bridge that a bunch of people have just driven across this huge ravine, and now the Chiefs are taking the field, just so you guys know. But there's this broken down bridge, and there's only one wire that's still connecting one end of this cliff to the opposite cliff. And so, for some reason, Dom decides it's a great idea. He's going to go full speed into this wire, or fishtail at just the right time to where it catches his bumper, and then it catches his bumper as the car goes off the cliff, and he swings around to whatever he's got to go to. It's the most ridiculous thing I've seen. And I can't take these movies seriously anymore. They should have just ended when Paul Walker died. It would have been a great ending. I think they initially probably had kind of wanted it to go that way, but then Vin Diesel was the one that was just like, oh, never mind. I want to make 7 or 8 more movies. I don't really care if Paul Walker's not going to be in it. And we're all like, okay, whatever. Well, we'll keep putting money into them because you guys are going to profit the studio $500 or $600 million for every movie because we're all suckers and we go watch them all.
I think the last one I watched might have been the first one with Jason Statham that had And I know it's film, like you mentioned, and suspend your belief and blah, blah, blah. But when you shoot, it had to be over to half an hour long scene of them chasing a cargo plane on a runway for over a half an hour. I'm like, you lost me. There's no fucking way that this scene could There's not a runway in the world that a goddamn cargo plane can drive on for a half hour and not run out of room. No, I'm done.
Yeah. I kind of lost it. The first and second movies are pretty good, and the one where they were in Brazil and The Rock first shows up in the series, that wasn't a bad movie. But as soon as they transitioned, like almost from one movie to the next, they somehow transitioned from just a bunch of people with a particular set of skills to super spies, and I'm like, wait a minute, these guys all didn't grow into James Bond over fucking night. I can't grasp the progression of these characters' arcs that they've had over the last 8 films, or even not even over 8 films, over the last like 2 or 3 films. They've all become James Bond, and it's ridiculous.
That's what I was saying, Frank. How am I supposed to? This street crew that had a bunch of Honda Civics that could do cool driving stuff, like drive underneath tractor trailers, robbing trucks and Honda Civics, and just a plain old Jane LA cop, and then that. Like, okay. I lost interest after Tokyo Drift. I feel like I'm in the minority that actually enjoyed Tokyo Drift. I thought
you are in the minority.
I actually like Tokyo Drift as well, but after that, I was done.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
Well, for anyone new tuning in, both teams are on the field. They're getting ready to do the opening, traditional stuff and everything. Kickoff should be in about 9 minutes. So we're just waiting on that. We're just kind of BSing and keeping everyone entertained until that happens. So we've got on the left-hand side there, Jabroni Jabber Podcast. On the right-hand side is Casey is Raw. And the other voice you are hearing is actually Frank from The Harsh Truth. And I've got his link down in the chat right now. If you want to see his end and see his sexy, sexy face, you can go over there and check out what's going on his end. It's basically, you'll hear the same stuff. You'll just see something a little different of a presentation. It was kind of an idea. We both realized we were going to do the same thing. So we're like, hey, let's just hang out and do it together. So that's what you guys are getting. So feel free to jump over there and say what's up to him and hit the sub button while you're at it. And we're just going to keep BSing until the opening kickoff. And then it won't be necessarily play-by-play, but you're going to get more of a reaction, kind of like what you'd see at a Super Bowl party. A bunch of people hanging out, talking.
Oh, my God.
What?
This fucking commercial with The Rock running on a treadmill with Oprah.
Oh, I thought you were bitching about what I was saying. I was like, man, you're the one who called in, not me.
Fuck it. Like, Oprah drives me nuts. I'm sorry. You can't be the head of Weight Watchers if you're medically obese. I'm pretty sure she's technically overweight. So if you're not going to eat the crap that you're selling, why the fuck should I eat it? You fraud.
Right
well, she looks a lot better than she did back in the day, so give her some credit.
Do you think she's eating Weight Watchers, or she's just spending that billion on just getting the old fat?
I'm sure she's just getting the fat sucked out. She's not actually doing the work.
She's getting that fat sucked out.
And then God bless Pizza Hut, because that's like the next commercial right after Weight Watchers. Well, if you don't want to lose some weight, come by Pizza Hut.
Excuse me. How much is it a commercial this year? I know we talked about that a couple of weeks ago on the show. Was it 5.2?
It was it was somewhere around 5.5. I think is what I had looked at.
For 30 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. Which is just insane to think.
We don't get the commercials in Canada, like your American commercials, thanks to our CRC. And
here in Canada. What do you guys get? Just like repeats of
no, it's Canadian only
commercials or something?
Yeah, it's the new Canadian commercials, but it's not the. I don't know. I don't have cable, so I don't fucking watch.
Yolanda Adams is singing probably "America the Beautiful," I would assume.
Oh, I thought it would be that Billie English after all. Her freaking.
I figured Canadian.
No, Billie Eilish. What they're doing with her is she's actually the coin. They're going to throw her up in the air. If she lands on her head, it's heads. If she falls on her ass, it's tails. And if she busts her face open, then everyone celebrates and we all go home and party.
All right.
I couldn't believe the hate I got on Facebook, and I wasn't even doing it to be a troll. I legitimately had no idea who that person was. and someone's like, yeah, right. I'm like, I don't know. I never friggin' heard of this person in my life.
What's funny, and I'll actually pull a picture up of her while we're talking about it, but she looks like you look at her and you're like, oh, this is like the most drugged out child I've ever seen, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
she was definitely.
she looks like
if you're
she's stoned or something.
If you're listening in the area that her parents live, please check her dad out for sexual molestation. She
Oh,
looks like a child that was touched.
ouch.
Wow.
Well, so you look at her and she just looks like she's stoned. I mean, you just look at her. I don't know. This kid is like 15, 16 years old, and she looks like she's 30 with a hangover or something.
Yeah,
But in all of her interviews, she says she's straight edge. She's never done anything, and she never plans to. I'm like, well, then you've got one sad, sorry fucking life to be walking around like that.
Well, people
And
say shit
maybe-
like that all the time.
Maybe do some drugs. You'll release some good music. So I finally, after she won all these awards, I went and listened to her. I couldn't understand a word she was saying. And that one bad bird girl song, or all I got was bad guy. I'm like, okay, this is the Grammys now. And didn't that big old fat bitch win a bunch of awards too? That one that what the hell was her name? That what the hell
You
was
don't
it?
mean Adele, do you? She retired.
No. The the trainer from The Biggest Loser got shit for saying that this chick was overweight. The one that got in trouble for wearing the thong to the Lakers game like a few months back.
I don't know.
Oh.
I think her name
What?
starts with
what?
T or something.
Oh, I don't know. Awandi said that Billie Eilish is 18 now.
Yeah, I seen
She
that
tried
too.
to commit suicide, depression.
Oh, maybe she
No.
listened to her own music. Good Lord.
God. Well, now we've got the. I feel like we should stop talking, but we're not going to. And this is
Not my
this
national
Star
anthem.
Spangled-
It will be one day. Don't worry about it.
And to sing it, we have Demi Lovato. This is the Star Spangled Banner. So everyone, I don't know. Don't talk. I'm looking. It's a Wandy, Beersy, and S. Dalla in the chat. It's like none of them are going to stand up for this national anthem. So why the fuck? Oh, hey, there's the Kool-Aid container. Look at that. I didn't know the Kool-Aid container would put his hand over his heart. I didn't know he was American. Wow, sign language person is getting more into it than anyone else. Man, I wish I had something I could show you guys as I'm talking about this. Hey, there's the air base in Qatar. Wow. That guy there is blacker than Denzel Washington.
Oh my god.
Damn.
What, is something wrong, Casey?
Anytime I say something that with my girlfriend, she's like, "You're racist."
Who said anything? I didn't hear anything. But that is Demi Lovato with the Star Spangled Banner. It looks like she's wrapping it up pretty quick. I mean, I can't hear it because we're not allowed to show it or hear it here on YouTube. So I don't know. It's kind of weird to just stand here in silence.
Isn't the Star Spangled Banner itself not open source? What the hell am I thinking of? For fair use anyway?
Probably.
Yeah, but being over the telecast, it
True.
would register with the because YouTube TV has this broadcast, so they could direct link it audio wise and be like, "Wow, we're getting this on one of our channels on the channel side of things." So it wouldn't be anything for them to figure that out.
Oh, new Top Gun trailer.
Okay, you must be a little bit of me.
Is
Let's
anyone actually interested to watch that?
I am way interested to see Top Gun.
We can look. Yep. So the coin toss is coming up now. There was a brief. What you must have seen a Top Gun trailer that I didn't, or it must have been very brief because I didn't see it. Oh no, here it is. They're on commercial. You're a little bit ahead of me.
Well, my TV in my living room is actually in front of me, and that's what I'm watching it on. And I've also got the Fox Sports 1 broadcast going on my computer next to me. So you guys are just now getting the first part of the trailer. I'm full of commercial ahead of you guys.
I thought about bringing the rabbit ears down here, but there would have been no way for me to see the TV way over there, and there would have been no way for me to reposition it, and then to be in the basement trying to get rabbit ears to work. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to pull up a live stream of it. If I'm a little behind, then so be it. At least then I won't be giving spoilers to anybody.
For those of you under the age of 18 are probably wondering what the hell rabbit ears are. What, Neil?
What's going on, Jay Maverick? He was Trailbound's excited for Top Gun. What's going on, Trailbound? Him and I have been talking today a little bit. Been trying to keep up with everyone on Twitter today, but man, you know, this last week, and I even had to apologize to Trailbound.
Okay, here we go. Top Gun trailer.
Excuse me, but as you can see, I've been sick. I've been having a hard time keeping up with anything.
Of course, my wife decides to go to work on Super Bowl Sunday and make me parent.
How dare she? That's so inconsiderate.
We also got PBR Street Gang out there. The Dot Speaks. 2 more bottles. It's the Costanza and Luande. Filthy Paul. I remember you. You were in here the other day. The Deity. Saying Chiefs 31-24, I think is what that says. I guess I could be looking at the regular chat instead of trying to figure it out that way. But yeah, I mean, if you guys didn't know, Frank is simulcasting with us, and you can find his link. I'll actually drop it down in the chat here if I can get around my cord. And you go over there and say what's up to Frank. And yeah. We're just getting ready for kickoff here. The coin toss is coming up in moments.
Look at this fucking commercial.
Is this the Lego thing that you're looking at?
I'm watching all these fucking stupid women commercial.
No, I'm on a Lego commercial right now. It looks like a
bunch of fucking whole stadium full of women. All the football players are, let's kick inequality. So, well, hey, that's not inequality. That was all women. Now you're being unequal to complete the other way.
Who was that hot judge on the Lego Masters commercial?
I don't know. I don't plan on watching Lego Masters.
I'd like to see the kind of place I could stick my Legos with her.
You have one of the single square Legos?
Use like one of those little long ones or something.
Yeah.
First World Championship, January 15th, 1967, and there's their first coin toss. For those of you who are watching the game along with us, if not, welcome to all the new viewers. We will have the score up above. We'll be discussing the game.
If I can.
Kind of like, you know, you would expect with a bunch of guys sitting around watching the football game. So if you're looking for a companion for the show or just wanted to get alternate commentary, which I can understand, trust me. I saw Joe Buck's on there. So
could be worse.
We'll be happy to hang out with you for the entirety of the game. And you can also, as I dropped in the link in the chat just a moment ago, you can also hang out on Frank's end as well, too. Just check him out on the Harsh Truth. Who is this? Is this the referee? The video package they're doing? Oh, no, it's...
They're doing a bunch of stuff about veterans right now.
I can... I recommend anyone do not go down the wormhole or rabbit hole or whatever rabbit hole you want to call it of watching the surprise return from, what do you call those, surprise veteran returns. Good Lord, I went down a wormhole one time of those. The next thing I know, I'm watching these damn videos for 3 hours.
They can kind of suck your life up at some point.
Some of them are fantastic, but like there was actually one at a Leafs game last year where they did a ceremonial puck drop with like the lieutenant, I don't know, some high-ranking military officer and the family. So the wife obviously knew, but the little girl's like 3. And they go to drop the puck, and the guy's like, I think he's a general or something. It's like, I don't have the puck. He looks to the girl. You don't have the puck. And then all of a sudden, the dad kind of walks up, taps her on the shoulder, and she's just like, Daddy! And she just starts freaking out. It's like, oh, that was well done. And then I'm like, I'm not fucking crying. You're crying.
Here comes the coin toss. I believe the Niners are going to get to pick because they're the away team, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this is a shitty stream. I got to find something that's a little ahead.
Just go to foxsports.com. They're giving it away.
It doesn't work. I'm in Canada.
Oh, that's That's what you get.
Well, I'll spoil it for you guys. Chiefs won the toss, and they're going to receive.
They deferred
But
to
they
the
actually chose to.
Chiefs are receiving, and the Niners are taking that direction. They're in a fucking dome, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no shit.
Not really.
Hey, Drew, you know if Kansas City lose, this is Andy Reid's problem. This is his fault.
Did you notice Andy Reid is in the thumbnail?
Yeah.
I'm hoping Patrick Mahomes blows
Tara
out
was
his knee.
Tara was very begrudging of doing this, and I said, "Could you just do it? You don't even have to put Andy Reid's name on it. Just throw him in there." She's like, "Well, you just need to let people know that I did not want to do this." I'm like, "That's fine." Tara did not want to put Andy Reid on the thumbnail, but and someone already pointed this out. But I got the trade was that she got to make Mahomes bigger, which she probably would have done anyways, and I would have let her. But hey, that works for me.
I mean,
Is Mahomes her celebrity crush?
Yes, pretty much, along with a couple others.
is Jimmy G? No, is he a white guy or like?
Jimmy Garoppolo?
That's Italian, right?
Frank?
Got me. He throws a football pretty well. So.
Well, I'm just looking if he's a white Italian guy, she kind of nailed this because the black guy is bigger than the white guy.
Well, hey, yeah. I mean, at least she's keeping everyone else.
She's keeping it real.
Let me see here. Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's got to be Italian.
He is.
Oh, it's got to be Italian, but
retired electrician.
he spent the last couple of years in California. He's definitely getting some
fun. Both Italian immigrants. There you go. His ancestry is Italian immigrants.
Yeah, he's got full-blown Southern California beach tan going on, I can tell.
Jabroni, what jersey are you wearing right now?
O.J. Simpson, USC.
The wife-killing one.
Why are you not matching?
Well, I'm not dignified. The Cowboys don't deserve to be represented on Super Bowl Sunday.
Not this one.
No.
Most certainly.
I do want to show you this. I did put the Patrick Mahomes cereal, Mahomes Magic Crunch, behind me in place of the stupid Goldberg plaque that's been up there forever, holding the place of the Rob Schamberger that I accidentally broke.
Oh, shit.
I'm thinking that, speaking of the Cowboys, real quick before the game starts, I'm thinking we should not franchise Dak. We should let him walk, draft a quarterback in the first round, and let's sign Tom Brady for 2 years and see how it goes.
No, fuck that. We don't need some old fuck for the Cowboys.
I don't know.
I happen to quite enjoy Dak Prescott, but I'll take Dak. I will take Tom Brady at 65 years old over Dak Prescott any day. Let's say Tom Brady had no offensive line and no receivers this year. Cowboys happen to have a pretty good offensive line, and dare I say it, pretty good wide receivers.
Did they just come back from commercial to do a YouTube TV commercial and show the sidelines to go back to commercial? Did anyone else notice that?
Yeah.
Good God. Is $5.5 million every 30 seconds not enough for you greedy motherfuckers?
Apparently not.
Game.
Somebody's got to pay Skip Bayless' salary.
8 minutes ago.
Got to pay Skip Bayless' salary.
Somebody's got to pay Joe Buck to be bad.
So far, I've seen more commercials from the NFL than anyone else.
How long is the Super Bowl planning to last?
Oh, it'll be
a minute.
If you said 4 hours and 20 minutes, I'll take the over. If you include the halftime show and everything.
About 4 hours.
Technically, it was supposed to start 8 minutes ago. We haven't even started the game.
Yeah.
Halftime.
All they've done so far is the coin toss.
You know
they used to play on the kickoff at like 5:18 or whatever, and I think the whole point of that was so they would get the kickoff by 5:30. Now they've just given up.
What I quite enjoy here is, for once, I think our Grey Cup will have a better halftime show than you guys had than the Super Bowl.
The halftime show for the Super Bowl hasn't been good for a long time.
We had Keith Urban for the Grey Cup this year. I'll take Keith Urban over J-Lo and Shakira.
The last great halftime show I ever seen was when Janet Jackson boob popped out.
And that was the only thing memorable about that entire halftime show.
Zach, you think that shit was planned though?
I don't know, maybe. I think they probably planned to do it. They didn't plan on it being such a big deal.
I think the best thing to come out of that is still Larry the Cable Guy saying in his bit after when he was like, I don't know why, for some reason I can't stop drinking chocolate milk. But
well, nowadays that'd be considered racist.
The last great halftime show was Prince in 07. That's not even debatable.
I kind of like Bruno Mars's a few years ago. I like Bruno Mars though.
And Michael Jackson's is still the best.
I always feel like they should kind of do what the Olympics does. You know how the Olympics, like whatever the home country is, the host country, they'll get a bunch of different artists and musicians from that country to kind of do the whole opening ceremonies and all that. I always thought that since there is some fairly decent parody in the NFL going on right now with the Patriots not being in it every freaking year, just get one act from like one team's home city and then another act from another team's home city to do like a whole halftime thing. Have like Huey Lewis up there wearing Niners shit doing the halftime show with, I don't know, whoever from Kansas City, somebody, I don't know. Just something like that I think would be funner.
Some lag issues here.
I know I've been having lag issues ever since my stream started.
Me.
Oh, no, I've been having it ever since my stream started, so don't feel so bad.
No, I knew it would be on my end. I was actually probably testing it a little more than I needed to. But what were you just saying? Because I was going to comment on that.
No, that they should do a kickoff for those of you who don't know, and a not so bad return for Kansas City. They're going to beat about 25, I think.
Oh, you were saying, and then have like a musician from Kansas City or whatever.
Yeah, have like one act, like for this Super Bowl, for example, have like a big act from that calls Kansas City home, and then have a big act that calls this based in San Francisco. Have them get together and do a thing. I just
Steve, Melissa Etheridge or something.
Melissa Etheridge is from Kansas City.
There's the kickoff. Chiefs receive, and they get to about their own 25. So not too bad there.
Try to see if
it'd be nice is if you had a little marker on your field, Drew. It would tell where they're at.
Well, it says
good open field tackle. Good open field tackle.
Box. It says 1st and 10. Kansas City 26, so they're on their own 26. You just gotta know how to read it, but I mean, other than that.
And here's the kickoff. I do not like the Fox scoreboard thing for the Super Bowl. That's different than most of the Fox thing. That looks like shit.
Little lateral over to number 26, and it's about a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3. That was Williams who got that.
I'm a full play ahead of you guys because I'm watching on my TV. This is the best.
Christ, I haven't even broke the huddle yet because I'm watching it on a,
Ooh, good defense. Good defense.
Does anybody else watch First Things First?
I watch it occasionally. I watch PTI on YouTube.
No,
I'm hoping Kansas City loses just so I can see that little fuck Nick Wright just bawl his eyes out tomorrow. Although I am a Nick Wright fan, but I digress. He is the most arrogant person I've ever met from Kansas City in my entire life. Or not met, but heard of.
I think I actually like the scoreboard that I'm using better than one the Fox is.
Yeah, I like the scoreboard on the top of the screen.
I like it when the 49ers have a bigger score on the scoreboard.
Don't worry, they're going to win. Everybody's doubt.
From that pass there.
Bold option. Jimmy G outplays Patrick Mahomes. Throws for more yardage and more touchdowns.
So 3rd and 3, Mahomes is set up in shotgun. His last pass was incomplete after being tipped, and here we go. He receives the snap and overthrows it. And a late hit that they're not going to call. It wasn't much of a
it was a chip.
No, I'm not saying it. I was literally just saying I don't think it deserved a flag. It was just kind of a little bit of a late bump
Oh,
or whatever.
shit.
Call,
Ooh, that was close.
That's going to set up.
call me crazy. Everyone was saying Mahomes is the best player on the field. I don't think he is.
Oh,
That's
that
me.
was almost a disaster. You guys are going to see this here in a minute.
Oh, the
I-
punt.
Yeah.
I think
Feel free to
think
call it out.
I think Joey Bosa is already one of the best
Ooh.
defensive ends in football.
You know, he made I think it was unanimous rookie of the year. Mahomes was.
He's
Oh.
way
Yeah, I
better
told you
than
that was
Joey.
close, huh?
So
That
what
could have been an
happened was
absolute disaster.
the punt returner, it went right through his arms, bounced off his chest onto the ground, but he got a lucky bounce on that and scooped it right back up. Otherwise, the Chiefs would have slid in and took it.
Ooh,
Jeez,
nothing on that first run.
I just finished the third down play. Well, they've come on to punt. That was a shitty throw by Mahomes. He had that running back. And how does Kansas City always start so freaking bad?
But they've done it all playoffs. They managed to, pull it off. So,
but this San Francisco team, let's
first and 10 for the Niners now.
They better not start slow. This San Francisco team is not Tennessee and Houston.
According to the scoreboard, it's a loss of 1. Second 11, we'll go with that.
There we go. Ooh, okay. Close to first down. I'm digging it.
All right, here we go. First.
So for those that don't know, Frank, the one that you can't see but you can hear, which you can go to his live stream down in the description box below. One of the mods might be able to throw it out there for you. He's the furthest ahead of all of us. He just saw down play there, which showed Garoppolo throw to the line of scrimmage, and right across the first down by Kittle. So
if Frank wasn't an asshole, but I know he is.
Jabroni, he's about 3 plays behind right now.
He would at least pause pause his live TV to at least sync up with Drew a little bit.
Ooh, busted. Ooh, down the sideline. Big run.
We need to mute him.
Uh-oh. We're about ready to see something here.
All right, 2nd and 11 from the 17.
Jabroni's still in the NFC title game. It's how far behind he is.
I'm 2 weeks behind up here. Wait. This is actually week 15. The Cowboys, if they win out, Drew, they can actually make the playoffs. That's where I am.
Looks like they made it to maybe their own 40 or the Kansas City's 40. Yeah, that's
the Kansas City 40. Yeah.
Thank you to everyone who's joining us. Obviously, for terms of service, we cannot show the live stream. This is more of a hangout. We can't even play the audio. There is a link down in the description box for how to find it on foxsports.com. Fox is giving it away for free on the internet, so there's no need to come to YouTube to find it unless you live in Canada and your internet runs off of maple syrup, right, Jabroni? Oh, he already left.
Along with most of their brains. Yeah.
So we're happy to sit here and talk about the game with you.
He'll get that joke in about 5 minutes once he catches up to the rest of the world.
Well, we're happy. We're just basically sitting here hanging out, talking about the game. For those of you who were asking, someone messaged me earlier about derailments. Yes, they are on. Those are like donations on a lot of shows. Down in the description box, you can find that if you want to. I really don't care, but sometimes people like to interact that way. So you can find it that way. And that's about it. So welcome to the new viewers. And we're just going to be hanging out here and talking about the football game, talking about the Super Bowl, where the 49ers are now at the Chiefs 33, 2nd and 3. And Garoppolo's ready to take the snap from the center, and he hands it off and down the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard gain if they're lucky.
I'd really like to see Staley get a ring.
What was that, Casey?
And hit that dislike button too.
Oh yeah, hit the dislike button.
Let's see if I can find a stream that's closer.
Any plans for rioting after the game, Drew?
For what?
Rioting. Yeah, doesn't matter if you win or lose. He's gonna riot anyways.
I am?
Yeah, aren't you planning to do that? It's in your town?
don't know if they know how to riot in Kansas City. I think they got enough of that with that whole that guy getting killed in Missouri a couple years ago. I think they're still kind of rioted out.
That was all bullshit.
They're like, well, we tried this once, it didn't work out very well. So, pressure from Garoppolo. Oh, that was dangerous. Damn, that was dangerous. I really feel like Garoppolo should just take a sack on that one. I mean, I'll take getting a couple of yards out of that play, but man, that was dangerous.
Jeez,
Your 1st and 10.
that end around sure turned from a clusterfuck into a...
Into a gain, yeah. I'll take it. Come on, Jimmy G. Right now, we're in field goal range, so confident we can come out with some points. I really want a touchdown, though.
Can't score field goals against Kansas City.
Damn, that wide receiver screen didn't go very well.
So 2nd and 8. Yeah, it looks like you guys lost a couple on that.
Yeah, we're going to be
10.
looking at about 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11.
Yeah, I'm about a minute
thought this-
behind.
I mean, I know it's still early, but gosh, I expected a little more scoring, you know?
Well, you can't expect Kansas City to score early. They never do.
That's one of the reasons why it's really important for the Niners to get out ahead. Oh, how do you... Oh, he hit you in the hands, bro. Oh, that sucked. I don't know if it would have been a first down, but he might have been able to get to the first down if he'd have caught that. Oh, there's a flag, though. A flag on the play.
Have they even targeted Kittle yet?
Not that I've seen. Oh, a flag against Kansas City. Offside on the defense.
On a 3rd and 10. I was going to make it 3rd and 5.
It's going to make it 3rd and 5, but it's going to give the Niners another chance.
Well, guys, I'm going to step out for a bit and feed my kids.
Get the kids, keep them occupied a little bit.
Yeah, well, and it's 5 o'clock here, which is their supper time, so...
Right. Okay, well, fair enough. Hey, we'll be here all night, so...
Yeah, I'll probably be back on 9 Eastern or so shortly thereafter.
We'll talk to you later, Brody.
All right, enjoy the game.
All right, see you, man.
All right, 5 yards. Niners are 5 yards away from keeping this drive going. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going.
Oh, yeah, he did jump a little bit now that I see that.
I had to
Tell you what, it looks like Kansas City is getting some... Oh, goddamn, that throw wasn't good at all. No flag either, so...
Yeah, you guys are going to 4th down. I'm a little behind still, of course, but looks like you guys might have to settle for a field goal.
He went for Kittle that time. It just wasn't a good throw. But no, I was saying, it looks like Kansas City's getting some pretty decent pressure up front right now.
Both these teams are used to scoring a lot of points and early. Well, I mean, if anything, the Chiefs may hold off a little bit before they get their shit figured out. But, yeah, it's so far, kind of deadlocked. It's a defensive battle so far. Casey, what were you saying?
I had to switch rooms because I wasn't able to watch the game, and I wanted to watch it now.
All right.
Niners are up 3-0 after the field goal.
There you go. The first score of the game.
Yep.
It's important to score.
It's
important.
Not much, but it's important.
Here's that trailer. Here's this god-awful trailer. Why? And the thing at the end, you just blew your... Oh, God. I really need to go do a separate video about this trailer. It's got me so fucking pissed off.
The top
How is
one?
it? No, the Fast and the Furious.
Oh, yeah.
Look, this...
How-
Oh my God! You'll see it in a minute when the broadcast and the internet catches up, Drew. It's such a god awful trailer.
How are you front of everyone? Like when you said that, then it came on for me.
I'm actually watching it on my TV, so I'm watching it live
Well,
on
I
Fox.
am-
I've also
I
got
am-
the Fox Sports broadcast. I don't know. To be absolutely honest, maybe I'm just cooler than you. I don't know.
Maybe he's closer to Miami.
Maybe.
What was that?
My phone is vibrating.
Were you fucking Tommy?
Maybe.
So you're fucking Tommy. Okay.
Did you see that though? Did you see him like hits the thing with the car that swings? Oh my God, it's ridiculous. I can't do it with this.
Stands up on its front.
I can't do it with this franchise anymore. It's so disappointing because the first movie was so good. And one of the things that bothers me about this franchise now is in the first couple of movies, the cars themselves were kind of characters. You know what I mean? But they've become nothing more than just fodder for these people becoming super spies. It's not where they are. It's not where they come from. I wanted something. I wanted to stay a little more grounded in reality than what it did. I wanted these guys to always have to be the thieves, but why are they thieving? What are they thieving? What's the broader perspective, bigger picture? But no, they turned them all into super spies and made this whole thing nothing but a knockoff of what it once was. Completely wrong direction. I gotta do a video about this shit.
Well, in our chat over here on the derailed side, TSS2 says Fast 9 basically spoils the movie, so no point in watching the film.
That's the other part of it. And I didn't say anything earlier we were talking about it, but at the end of the trailer when Han walks in, I was like, you just blew your load right there in the trailer. There's no reason to go watch the movie.
And he clarified that. He said he meant that the trailer spoils the movie.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. I'll do a video about this tomorrow. Today I've got 49ers winning on the line, but tomorrow I need to do a video about it. But yeah, I just don't get it. Not only is this franchise really big time jump the shark, but it's just not good.
Jay Maverick says, I don't know. Director said trailer doesn't reveal a lot of whys and the ending. So maybe there were teaser.
But why would you show Han? That is not a small thing. Why wouldn't you say? Think of it this way. And this guy I watched on YouTube, John Campia, said it like this. For the record,
I've only seen like the first one because I stopped giving a shit after like the first one.
That's the only one worth watching anyway. The first one, the second one, and the one where they get everybody together as they first start to do the big ensemble thing, like when The Rock comes into the franchise. That was a good movie. After that, everything went to hell. But no, it's like there's been this big thing about justice for Han. How can you have Han's character die, and then the guy who killed him it's after the course of one movie suddenly friends with everybody, and now him and The Rock have a movie together, and he's a good guy. Why would you do that? So they're trying to get away from all that by now they're saying on the thing the cost of a 30-second commercial is $5.6 million.
Oh, maybe it went up a little bit. I mean, it can fluctuate in the week leading.
but anyway, it's just
Schleppy in the chat says I thought Han was dead. So there you go.
But that's the thing you should have now, because one of the things this guy John Campia said is, can you imagine if when they came out with the trailers for Avengers Endgame, if you would have spoiled that scene where Mjolnir gets picked up by Captain America? That's a huge moment in this not just in the movie but in the franchise. If you would have spoiled that in the movie, that would in the trailer, that would have been horrible. You just did that now. Can you imagine the response that moment would have gotten if you had saved it until the movie came out? Just horrible, just bad decision. Because there has to be something really, really big to happen to this movie to overshadow that moment. And I really don't think anything that big is going to happen. I think this is going to be another cookie-cutter Fast and the Furious movie. First down Chiefs, by the way, a couple yards on the ground. But it's going to be another kind of cookie-cutter Fast and Furious movie. It's going to be Vin Diesel with a lot of tight shirts. It's going to be Michelle Rodriguez saying a bunch of quirky things. You're going to have a lot of these little offhanded comments to Brian off-screen where they try to tell you that, yes, he's actually still alive in the universe, even though the actor's passed away. And then at the end, Vin Diesel's going to scream family before he kills the bad guy, and the movie's going to end. That's the entire movie right there. I just spoiled it all for
you. Well, I'll tell you what, you woke in the chat over here. Wandy, it's dumb as fuck, spoiling the movie. Marvel would never do that. TSS, that would be the equivalent if in Empire Strikes Back you spoil that Vader was Luke's father. The dot speaks. My Skype is D-railed. Gatekeeper Drew. Hey, if you want to call in, just say yes in the chat. I'll find you because I know we've been on a call together, man. I'll find you if you want me to do it that way. If not, then find me, call me, whatever. Entertainment Tonight said Brian O'Connor going to be on Fast and the Furious 9 and CGI. That's from Lorenzo.
He's supposed to be in there. I've heard that his character will make some kind of an appearance, but I don't know if it'll be full-fledged, and that passes over big time. He's getting a lot of pressure, and Mahomes was just then. Yeah, I've heard that he's going to be in there. I know that they had talked to his brothers about doing what they had done the last movie that Paul Walker was in, because they still had a little bit of filming to do, so they pulled a little bit of computer tricks. so they could stand in form since they looked so much alike, and they want to try to get a couple of scenes still filmed. I know they've been talking about that, but we're not really going to know anything about that until the movie comes out.
Right.
I can't imagine it's going to be any extensive scenes anyway.
Right now we're looking at 2nd and 2 with a flag on the play. Kansas City on their own 44. And on the call right now, been a long time since we heard from this guy, and it's the former Monetize This champion, S. Dalla. What's going on,
guys? Can you hear me right now? I'm just
Yeah. You sound maybe just
through an adapter, so I hope it's working.
Yeah, you sound really good. You sound just a smidge low. So if you have a way to turn yourself up just a little bit. But other than that, I mean, we can hear you fine.
Thought I'd come and join you guys, hang out for a little bit, watch the game.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah,
It was
I said,
ineligible receiver downfield, but it doesn't matter because the Chiefs just picked up the first down anyway.
No, yeah. Well, we trade off one Canadian for another, actually, believe it or not. Jabroni had to leave, and S-Dot comes on.
That was hilarious when you said maple syrup. Maple syrup. Fucking guy.
We have to meet our Canadian quota, so I'm glad you called in. How are you watching the game?
I'm watching it on my phone, actually, to be honest, through a stream, an illegal stream.
Actually, I think the Yahoo Sports app on my phone is probably airing it, too. That's where I usually watch the games on Sundays.
What play are you on right now? Like, is it like 3rd and 7 or whatever?
It's 3-0. I know they're showing a replay right now of what just happened. But my stream's probably on delay anyway.
Right. No, I'm just curious how far behind you are. Like, I've got 5:22.
Yeah, I'm
that's how much time
5:57 right now.
Oh yeah, so you've got about the same situation Jabroni had then.
Yeah.
Where he was quite a few plays behind us, which is fine. That's fine. Slight spoiler, but nothing wrong.
Good run by
Frank's
Kansas
a
City.
little bit ahead of me.
Yeah, that Kansas City just pushed inside the Niners 30.
The second S.Dollar joins. It's the Costanza said. This caller sucks.
I love Costanza, man. That cracks me up every time he says something sucks. This Super Bowl sucks.
Oh.
I hope they deliver, man. I usually don't watch football, but I always catch every Super Bowl. And usually they're good, but fuck, I don't know. I have a feeling this one's gonna be it's gonna disappoint.
I don't know. So far, so good. I mean,
just barely got around that edge. Oh, all right. Good defense. Managed to string him out for a while. Limited the damage.
It doesn't appear like this is going to be a blowout kind of a game. This looks like it's going to be an old school, battle on the gridiron kind of, like they're keeping it on the ground a lot that I've seen. There's been a few passes, but nothing crazy. It's been a lot of ground game.
I just want to see people get hit hard. And I want to see flips, man. I want to see WWE in the Super Bowl right now.
Like NFL Blitz or something.
I love that game. That game was so awesome. If they're going to remaster something for the PlayStation 4, they need to do that. Good pass by Mahomes in traffic.
Did you guys ever play the arcade version of NFL Blitz?
The stand-up arcade game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it a few times. I mostly played it on PlayStation 1, though.
I played it a lot of times on Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
I used to love those sports. I like the sports game, but I like the ones like for basketball when they'd make that like crate where you could jump from like half court and slam and do the crazy moves. I love that stuff.
Oh, NBA Heat, NBA Jam, NBA Heat.
That stuff was the greatest, man.
For NBA Jam, I had the cheat code where you could play as Bill Clinton.
I love how NBA Jam you can be like, you can put the code in and you can be Bill Clinton.
Get him! Ooh, all right, he got Mahomes. Not a big loss, but sack is a sack. I'll take it. Damn, Mahomes almost got away from that too.
That was on the 1st and 10.
Yeah, they're inside the Niners 20 right now.
Frank is just spoiling the whole show to me. He's spoiling the whole game to me.
Hey, you don't like it. I mean, you know where the end call button is.
I'm not spoiling the whole game. I'm only really about 10 or 15 seconds ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't help where your guys' streams are versus ours, but
true, good point.
That's what the hot mic app.
Big pressure on Mahomes. Good job. Good
Yeah,
defense.
here in I guess Joe didn't get to do his for the Royal Rumble for some reason.
Well, because football's not his thing. Wrestling is.
No. For the Royal Rumble, he was supposed to do it, and something went wrong. I didn't get to talk to him about it, but I thought I heard him say on another show.
Yeah, he said because it wouldn't let him like type in the stream into the XSplit or something like that. It wouldn't connect to XSplit, or I don't know. They forgot to send him some code.
Oh. Well,
something like that. I don't know.
They're lost,
Yeah.
But I mean, they knew ahead of time that he was already going to be streaming it one way, so whatever. I mean, it sucks because I know he was really looking forward to it, but yeah, at the end of the day, he's got to keep doing what his business is. He can't just stop what he's doing for someone else.
Exactly.
So who you rooting for in this game? Sorry, I don't know if you guys already talked about this, but
I did our picks last week 2 weeks ago on the show after the championship games were over. I don't have any Chiefs gear, but I'm wearing my Kansas City Royals championship shirt.
You're a Kansas guy, eh?
Yeah. And then, oh, wow.
Yeah, that was big.
That's smoked.
Yeah, I think Drew's a play behind me, while I'm just barely behind Frank.
So they went helmet to helmet on that. Mahomes took one. Well, no, it wasn't helmet to helmet.
No, that helmet was firmly on the ball. The problem is it went out of bounds. Could have stayed in bounds. The Niners could have.
Because Mahomes was doing the quarterback slide that they're allowed to do. And the guy who came in, it looked like he took a knee to the gut. At first, it was helmet to helmet, but the helmet's what popped the ball out. And Mahomes, when he was in the process of the slide, his knee came up and like thrusted the guy in the gut or something. I didn't get a third replay on that to really clarify that. But damn. Yeah, see, Filthy saw it. He's a great hit. And it wasn't. What's funny is all he was doing was Mahomes was just trying to protect himself. Dude took a knee for his trouble.
Did you see that commercial, Frank? Well, about Walmart.
Yeah, it's actually the second or third time. Oh, see, this is one of the commercials I was looking forward to as well. This is the new Black Widow trailer.
Is that the next Marvel movie coming out?
Yeah, but I don't really know how it's going to fit into what's going forward for Marvel, because this is technically a prequel. This movie happens after the events of Civil War.
Really?
So yeah, because spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen Endgame yet, but Black Widow dies in Endgame. So this is something about her going back and seeing something about her past or whatever, and doing whatever after the events of Civil War. And then, so I don't really know how this movie is going to. I don't know what it's going to show us about the overall direction for the MCU moving forward, or what. It might show nothing. I have no idea, to be honest. But I don't know. It's going to be a good movie. I'm looking forward to it either way.
Yeah, I'm hoping. It looks good.
What a shot.
Oh, you saw it now?
What, the Marvel movie?
No, S-Dot's. I think
Sorry, I
S-Dot
just
saw
seen the
Mahomes.
tackle. Yeah, no, I just seen the tackle. I'm still on the game.
Holy shit!
I'm actually really enjoying this commercial with Jason Momoa. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm probably watching some stream from fucking Europe, so it's probably different than the American one.
He's actually watching Super Bowl 53, everybody. He just doesn't realize it. That's how far behind he is.
Oh, yeah, Mahomes' left knee. I just saw it right there. Got him right in the face.
Oh, it's the face?
Yeah, Mahomes' knee. I'd actually be worried about Mahomes, too. If you watch it from that angle, it's going to pop up here in a second.
Right.
See, Mahomes' knee goes right into the dude's face mask.
That's gotta hurt.
Fucking right, it's gonna hurt.
Guy's up, though. He looks like he's doing okay.
Okay, here comes the replay. So, yeah, Mahomes went for the quarterback slide. He did bring his knee up, and yeah, he like
his left knee. Bam, got him right there. Obviously unintentional. I mean, it's just the way football happens.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
enough to.
Ooh,
Get him! Ugh.
So we're looking for the 4th and 1. Frank is biting his lip so we can see this. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be blown for Dalla and Casey because it's my stream and I'm going to call it.
Oh, he's down. He didn't make it.
Mahomes up the
here we-
middle, and it's close to a touchdown. The Chiefs are signaling
no.
the ref.
I don't think he made it.
I
don't think he made it.
Quarter yard with his hand up, calling for the clock to run. Looking from this angle on the replay, there is no way he made that. He might even be 3/4 yard back because his knee was down well before. Wow, that was a weird, I thought the line shifted, but it was just they did like a spin move. The backfield did. That was weird.
Yeah, Chiefs just scored. Yeah.
And on the next play here, first and goal from the half-yard line. Hands it off and goes in. Touchdown Chiefs, 6-3, pending the extra point. And I have been muted this whole time. Thank you, Awandi.
Ooh. Big conversion. Big conversion for Kansas City just then.
What?
Touchdown.
And they just got the 2 points. That was a big
That
conversion,
fucking
too.
Sucks, eh?
Christ, that's embarrassing.
Why would you go for 2 this early?
Hey, I don't know. You do what you got to do to win the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
You ever done that, Drew?
He just hooked around and ran in.
Sure did.
Have I ever done what?
Have you ever recorded videos for YouTube and did the whole video on mute and didn't even know?
Oh yeah, well it wasn't on mute. It was actually that I had the microphone unplugged from the mixer because the mixer doesn't have an off button. You just got to unplug it.
Oh, no, it wasn't a conversion. They missed the. Oh, okay. Never mind. Kicking a field goal or the extra point. I could have swore that was a conversion. They must not have gotten in that other time that I thought. Okay, never mind.
Oh.
But they're still it's a score. They're up 7-0. So.
Okay.
Oh, that was weird.
Then I guess.
Or 7-3. 7-3.
Maybe it was a good thing I was on mute then because I missed. Really allow it anymore.
And after a train wreck of internet issues, I have returned.
Hey, there.
Hey!
I was actually I just gave up on the hot toddy and I was going to pour myself a whiskey and Coke because I was going when we lost you. It was when I said I'm going to go grab another hot toddy. You cool with that, Frank? And I got nothing from you. I'm like, motherfucker.
I have no idea what the hell happened, but girlfriend called Spectrum, and yeah, a couple of phone calls and some button pressing later. Here we are.
Is your stream back up?
I'm working on my stream right now, actually.
All right, well, Frank's stream, there's the link to it. He's not back up yet, but if you want to get in there and get ready to see his in there, it is. Casey was asking why you don't see two players play two sports anymore. And I said a lot of times it's in their contract that they cannot. Like Bo Jackson was one of the last ones, and his career was relatively short overall, partly because he was just wearing himself out. And look, there's the Kool-Aid Man. We've got Andy Reid on TV right now selling Kool-Aid while he's supposed to be on the field coaching the teams. And he's also right here with us as well. No, there's Mr. Peanut.
I would much rather see him out selling Kool-Aid right now than coaching football.
You're scared to death right now.
I'm always scared to death. Hey, the good news is my stream is finally back up. So we got that going for us.
Harsh Truth is back up. I'll leave you to hang out with Casey for a minute while I am going to go for the hot toddy then, since you're back.
Not Casey. He smells funny.
What? Yeah, smell-o-vision now?
I do. I'm pretty kick-ass like that.
All right, well, I'll be back in a minute, guys. Thanks.
So, are you, hey, Frank, you a big Bond guy?
James Bond?
Yeah.
Older movies, yes. Newer movies haven't really done it for me, but I do like Daniel Craig. I'm actually a couple of Bond movies behind.
Yeah, I hadn't seen the recent ones. I like Pierce Brosnan, but that I watched a couple of the Daniel Craig.
Get him. Yes, big defense. Sorry, I am listening. I promise.
That's all right. They just showed about the next Bond movie just earlier.
Yeah, I saw that trailer actually on the screen just now.
Did you see any commercials that was kind of funny at all?
I have not been overly well. I mean, the funny commercials I'm not really paying attention to right now because those are all going to be actually a lot of those have already been released online, so they're not really. They're not real. Yeah, they're nothing new. What I'm more interested in, obviously, as a movie guy, is the movie trailers, and I haven't been overly impressed with what I've seen. I mean, I've already blathered on endlessly about the Fast and Furious stuff. Oh, come on, need full tackles. There we go, boys. But yeah, I'm not overly fond of the Fast and the Furious trailer. The Black Widow trailer, didn't really have a chance to analyze while it was on because obviously we can't. And Drew's talking about it already. We can't put any of the broadcast on. Yeah. So I'm really just kind of watching the trailers without sound right now, and then I'll probably go tomorrow and do a deep dive onto the movie trailers. And if there's a regular commercial that catches me the right way as being really funny or really just stupid, then maybe I'll do a little something on it. But yeah, I'll have to sit after the game tonight, maybe after we get done with the podcast after the game and go over the trailers and see what happens.
So we know the Black Widow is going to be a prequel.
Yes.
Okay.
The Black Widow is going to be following the events of Civil War.
Yeah. Okay. It's hard to pinpoint that shit. It's kind of like when the Mandalorian, you kind of had to figure out where that was pinpointed in the Star Wars canon, you know?
Well, the Mandalorian actually takes place after the events of Return of the Jedi. That's one of the things that kind of makes this. That kind of is the backdrop of the story is the Empire has fallen. So before the events of The Force Awakens comes about, then there's obviously this period where there's not really a whole lot. It's kind of a lawless, kind of Old West kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of the backdrop of what's going on in The Mandalorian. I think The Mandalorian is a fantastic show. I'm really eager to see season 2.
It was great. I loved it. Are you into Star Trek at all?
Star Trek? Oh, I love Star Trek. I grew up on Star Trek.
Did you watch the Picard episodes?
I have not. I know the first one's for free on YouTube, but the only reason I haven't watched it all yet is because I can't justify spending more money on a streaming service. I mean, I've already got Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, YouTube, Disney Plus. The whole reason I dumped cable and went to streaming was because I was like, yeah, I don't mind.
Much money.
Well, yeah, but I'm paying so much money for cable. Why not just pay less to have the streaming services and watch everything all at once when it comes out on streaming services? But
Yeah.
the bad thing is now I've got so many streaming services because you can only watch like Stranger Things on Netflix. You can't watch it on Amazon Prime. I can only watch like the Jack Ryan series on Amazon Prime. I can only watch it on Prime. I can't watch it on Hulu. So it's kind of you're kind of screwed if damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's either pay $500 a month for various streaming services or you pay $500 a month for cable. And
I just saw a commercial with Ric Flair on there. I guess it's a...
There he is. It's a Target commercial. Because that's what you do when you're 900 years old. You're looking for a commercial paycheck. Is you do a Target commercial.
Oh my God. Yeah, I just didn't see anything interesting on these damn commercials.
Well, the problem is I don't think a lot of, movie-wise anymore, I don't think it's really financially viable to put your movie trailers out in the Super Bowl anymore.
Oh, no.
Because you're already spending so much on advertising. I mean, if you look at a movie like Endgame, or really any of the last probably 10 or so Marvel movies, you're looking at a budget of $250 million just to make the damn thing. You're looking at times 2 for marketing. So they're going to spend another $250 million on marketing worldwide. That's not just here in the U.S., that's worldwide. That's $5.5, $6 million. That's a whole lot of money.
And Marvel doesn't need to promote it too much to sell tickets anyways.
I think, that's the thing is companies like Disney they basically have their own money printers in the basements of their freaking theme parks. They can afford it, but some of these smaller production companies like Anna Perina, which is making some really, really good ones, Blumhouse, which is making some of the really, really good horror movies that are coming out now. It's hard to justify dropping $5.5 million on a 30-second spot for a movie that the entire budget was 75 or 80 million. It's ridiculous. That was one of the things that blew me away about this Cloverfield paradox that came out a couple of years ago. Is the entire budget of that movie was, I think, $7.5 million, and then they went ahead and dropped a $5.5 million ad in the Super Bowl.
Wow.
And I was like, really? And then they shocked everybody by saying, "Oh, by the way, this isn't coming out in theaters. We're dropping this on Netflix as soon as the Super Bowl's over." So they didn't even really recoup any of the money. I don't really understand that. I don't know the financials of that movie and whether it made money or not, but yeah, it was definitely just a weird situation. I don't really know what all that was going on, but
I lost my stream, my Super Bowl stream, not the derailed stream. Something went wrong with Fox Sports, I guess.
I didn't even go back to it on my laptop. I'm just watching the game, and I've got your stream on my laptop. I've got my stream on my computer, and so I've got a whole lot of YouTubing going on right now. So if anybody out there from YouTube is watching, you guys should cut me a check for all this.
Maybe I just got forced off. No internet access. Oh, that would help.
Wow, shit. It must be internet transmitted disease.
It looks like I might just have gotten forced off of the Wi-Fi. See, this is another reason why I hardwired to the stream for the show.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what sucks is I was dealing with all that internet outage when the Niners scored their touchdowns. I never got a chance to play my either celebrate online or to play my 49er touchdown graphic. So there, I just put it up on my screen for a second. There, 49er touchdown.
Too many devices are connected to the Wi-Fi, and I got booted off. Oh, there we go. Now I'm back. That was fucking weird. All right. I'll be connected just in time to see J-Lo perform on stage, I guess. Well, if you want to, so you don't have the game up at all right now either, Frank?
I'm watching the TV, the commercial right
Well,
now.
if you don't mind, okay, it's commercials. So if you don't mind,
Yeah.
call next play or whatever. If I'm not up yet.
Isn't it just at the 2-minute warning, or is it at halftime now?
They got 20
20
seconds
seconds.
left in the first half, from what Drew's thing is saying, but they're obviously in a timeout because they're on commercials right now. I think they're getting ready to
Yeah.
come back though.
Yep, here we go. I'm back on. So there was one commercial, it was a Sabra commercial, and it had Ric Flair in it and a couple of the Real Housewives. You guys see that?
Yeah, we were looking at that.
So I was upstairs, and Tara goes, "Oh my God, I can't believe they got them in the same room for that commercial." I turn around, I see Ric Flair holding a can of Sabra going, "Woo!" And I'm like, why are you so worried about Ric Flair? And she goes, "No, fuck him. I'm talking about the two," and she names them, the two Real Housewife chicks. She's like, they've been fighting for years, and I just can't believe that they got them in the same commercial. And I said, money talks, especially with those whores.
Oh yeah,
She didn't like that.
absolutely.
Well, they were flashing through people anyways. Like when I was talking to Frank about, I said, "Hey, I just saw Ric Flair," and they
Fuego. What's up, Fuego?
they were just flashing through.
All right. That was it?
Oh, sorry, I just got sidetracked.
I derail you a bit?
Yeah, well, the game derailed me.
Come on. Niners downfield. Oh, Kittle! You beautiful motherfucker, you.
Oh, yep, caught it up the middle. 30, 40 to their own 45 with 14 seconds left. And I believe they're going to use that first time out. Yeah, Jay Smith is in the chat, one of our local, well, I shouldn't say local, one of the subscribers that are actually a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I believe he doesn't live too far from here. I don't want to dox him, but he's a Chiefs fan, so he's got to be pretty close. I lose you guys?
No, I'm watching the game. I'm watching the replay.
Okay. Casey's just having a heart attack over there. I get it.
Yeah. I think me and Casey are both one prime rib dinner away from full cardiac arrest.
That's no joke.
So here we go. First and 10. Hang on, Casey. First and 10. Shotgun. Garoppolo. A bomb. Caught. And Kittle, excuse me.
Oh, what are you guys doing?
Sorry. I was trying to get it out before I coughed, and I said Kettle like a fucking idiot. So
I think they called that not a catch.
Kittle caught it at the 23, rolled through to the 18. I mean, it was a catch.
What the absolute fuck?
If they want to throw a flag and say there was some sort of interference, maybe, but that was a clean catch.
How are they saying it's not a catch?
Hey, does the 2-minute warning on the first half, is it like the second half where the refs are the ones that can review those plays?
Inside the 2 minutes, they can review it, yes. There's 6 seconds left on the clock, but my scoreboard's saying halftime. What's going on here?
The Niners for some reason just went out there and took a knee.
Penalty.
Oh, goddamn, I didn't see the flag.
Penalty. So maybe it was offensive pass interference because I did see the contact that was made.
That was that's oh god, that's bullshit.
But if that was pass interference, it's kind of
That's bullshit. That was such a bad call.
That's one thing is I didn't see the referee. Usually they show the referee and they'll pass interference off it. I didn't see that. Usually they'll show that. And just mysteriously, all of a sudden, it was 1st and 20, and they're taking a knee. So
that was such bullshit.
I don't know, guys, but it's halftime, 10-10. That's where we're at. Kittle chips, PBR streaky, and there was a unreal call, filthy pog. They did call pass interference. All right, that's what Fuego says.
That is all kinds of fucking look. That's average contact at best. That's just nonsense.
Wow.
What a bullshit call.
I mean, I've seen worse pass interferences called, but yeah, I mean, even someone who's rooting for the Chiefs, that was that could be a game difference maker there, because they could have kicked a field goal and went in with the lead. They're still getting the ball back, but they could have been up 13-10 with possession coming their way and been up by 2 possessions with 12 minutes left in the third quarter.
I'm wondering if the price of these Super Bowl commercials go down when they go to halftime, because now it's just showing random commercials.
No, actually. Well, some of it is local marketing. A lot of it, there are actually times you can. I know that actually when they put that graphic up earlier on TV that it was 5.6 million for a 30-second spot, that's actually an average, because if you want your commercial to air in the first half, then it's actually closer to like 6.2. But if you are okay with your commercial airing in the last half of the game, then it's actually closer to like 4, because they figured that everybody's watching the first quarter, that most everybody's watching the second quarter. But if the game becomes a blowout by halftime, then people are going to switch off. So you can actually pay more money to be in the first half or the first quarter of the game, or you can decide to run a couple more ads later in the game and end up paying $4 million for a 30-second ad instead of 4 or 5.6 or whatever. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it does. So you actually can pick your placement in the Super Bowl depending on how much you want to pay.
Well, and there's also prices for the pre-show, the show after the Super Bowl. Is it's a lot of times, most years, the show after the Super Bowl is the most watched non-Super Bowl show. Yeah, it's still watched by 40 or 50 million people. That's why, that's one of the big reasons Survivor got as popular as it did. Was, I believe, they debuted, or it was the first season of Survivor, they showed one of the episodes. Actually, no, that was the world premiere of Survivor, was after the Super Bowl, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. You may not know this as well as I do then. I've kind of studied the show after the Super Bowl a little bit. And I think that's how Survivor got its start, and started with 60 million viewers. And then their first show in their first time slot, they had 24 million. And they ended up averaging like 20 million for the year, which was unheard of for a first season of a show that, and excuse me, guys, I'm sorry, but it really helped to make Survivor what it was. They've used it to revive series. Friends didn't need any help with ratings, and it boosted them even when they did the one after the Super Bowl. Joe Cronin is live right now with his analysis of the Super Bowl. So if you want to go over there and watch him as well, you'll have a few of us to watch. You'll have Frank from The Harsh Truth, which I'm dropping. Is it the same link? You didn't have to. You were able to restart the same stream, right?
Yeah, I was able to restart the same stream.
All right, so there's that. The Joe Cronin Show on YouTube. Just search out Joe Cronin Show. You'll find him. Good buddy of ours. He's live, and of course we are. And Frank from The Harsh Truth. You got his link as well. Big Fuego, none to pick with Drew or Shakira. What? Fuego's got a bone to pick with me. Well, hey, you know how to call the show, man. Let's talk. It's halftime. Let's make a halftime show out of it.
It would be better than watching the real halftime show.
Yeah, probably. Our plans for the halftime, though, if assuming Jacob doesn't call up, Frank, we were gonna kind of lightning round some news stories, and we could even come back to them after the game's over and everything. But if there was a couple you wanted to address now.
I don't know. I can't really think of much of anything, because most of the last few minutes for me has been panicking over my internet situation. So
actually, hang on, Frank. Fuego says I laughed at him losing his job.
I don't know.
I didn't realize I did. If I did, I'm sorry. Are you sure I wasn't laughing at something? I mean, I remember when you told us that. There was like 8 of us on the call, and at first, I didn't even realize he had said that. So I do remember that, because I remember thinking, what are they talking about? Then I heard him say something else about losing his job, but maybe I did. I don't know, but if I did, it wasn't serious.
Oh, when did he say this?
Well, it was on Monetize This. I don't remember laughing at him though.
Oh.
Sometimes
Well,
on Monetize This, there's like 25 different people talking, so he might have
Well,
said
that's what I'm
something and you were
saying.
in a conversation with somebody else. I don't know. I don't remember.
I'd have to go back and watch it, but I wouldn't have seriously laughed at that. It's possible I was laughing after he said that, but if I did, I'm sorry. I didn't mean. You definitely laughed at me. Okay, well, I'm sorry then. I wasn't drinking that night, but I really don't remember going, "Oh, Jacob lost his job." Ha ha ha. But if I did, I'm sorry. It is Monetize This, so maybe I was just playing into the whole it's Monetize This. So, I don't really apologize for too much that goes on over there because it's Monetize This. But, if you were truly upset by something, the way I reacted at something, then I'm truly sorry. But again, it's Monetize This. It's called No Pussies Allowed.
Oh.
I'm not calling him a pussy. I'm just saying that
No.
it's called that because you shouldn't take offense to anything. But if I said something that might have been overboard or laughed, Monetize This is one thing. Okay.
Honestly,
Dude, man, I mean,
I don't see you actually laughing about that. I mean, I'm not trying to set Drew's
it's
dick
Monetize This.
about this. I'm not
We
trying to
definitely-
set. Sorry, Drew.
I'm just saying we definitely carry a bit of a persona over there, and project ourselves a little differently. But
It is kind of the fucking Wild West of YouTube.
Yeah.
that's not me laughing at you if I actually did. Which again, I'm sorry, I don't remember. But I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen to it to have context to be able to argue that with him. But anyways, Frank, we had a stabbing in London that left the terrorist dead. I don't know how many he stabbed, but I know he was recently released from jail, just like the last motherfucker that did this, and was a known terrorist. So
I think the last 2 times that something like this has happened in London, it's been almost an identical story. Guy got out of jail. Guy was already on some kind of a watch list. Guy acted like an ass and stabbed some people and was shot by police. But that is pretty much the basic storyline of the last 2 or 3 fucking guys that have done this. So maybe the problem isn't guns. Maybe the problem is asshole people. Maybe we should put our attention on that. Just saying. That's just my point of view.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. They're bitching about guns in America. They're bitching about knives in England. God knows they're bitching about fires in Australia. They're probably going to somehow attribute. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to joke there a little bit. But is it not clear yet that it's not the object? Excuse me. It's not the object. It's the person behind the object. There's people driving cars into things. There's people getting stoned to death in some countries. I mean, that's not happening because of the object. If we banned every object that's considered deadly, we'd be living in fucking bubbles.
No shit.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt at all.
It's not the object. It's not the knife. It's not the gun. It's not the car. It's the person. And in this case, in the case of England, the last 2 high-profile stabbings have been done by someone who was a known terrorist that was released from jail. Why are we even letting a known terrorist out of jail at all? Should being a terrorist... Now, I guess that's England. That's their call. They want to have people get stabbed to death every time someone gets released from jail, then that's their call. That's their country. But I would give terrorists life sentences.
Exactly.
There's no reason to be releasing them.
Well, you also have to ask though, what evidence do you have for even holding these guys? Because you really don't want to hold somebody without proper evidence, because that's not really in the spirit of being an American. It's not in the spirit of being a free country or free people. So you don't just arrest people and then hold them indefinitely without trial. We have laws against that in the United States. You have to be charged within a certain amount of time of being arrested, or they have to let you go by law, that kind of thing. So we don't want to be these assholes that just want to take anybody who looks like a terrorist and throws them in jail until we figure out why. If you think about it, that's kind of what the Democrats are doing to Trump right now, not to open that can of worms. They're going to dig and dig and dig until they find anything. It's not necessarily that they have evidence you do something guilty. It's just that they're going to dig and dig and dig until they find something to try to hold against you, and then they're going to go for a charge. That's not right. That's not the way things are supposed to be done. You get arrested and convicted and put in jail if you've done something wrong and there is sufficient evidence to prove so in a court of law. Just putting someone in jail because they have hung out with somebody who is known to be a terrorist or they whatever, it is more guilt by association than anything else, and that's really dangerous kind of route to run. So I agree that letting this guy out was probably a big deal. It was probably not so smart, but he was on a watch list. The question is who had that list in their hand and wasn't watching it? If he was on some kind of a watch list, how long had it been since somebody had thought to check in on this fucking guy? It's just one of the things. It's just one of the questions that I have.
Anything else happen into this week?
I don't know. I was looking at some stuff earlier, and I totally. Well, we had that a stampede at a church in Tanzania, which I never really got a chance to wrap my mind around.
Wow, a stampede.
I don't know what the stampede was about. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull something up real quick, because even that's more interesting than what the hell's going on halftime show. Oh, preacher arrested after Tanzania church stampede kills at least 20.
You know what?
Wow.
I just realized that is not the real Fuego Jacob. Well done.
Oh.
Well fucking done. Well, because I knew the real Fuego would have called in. And I started getting a little suspicious. I'm like, why am I even having this conversation? This is really weird. Because he would never sit in the chat and have that argument if he was offered to call in. I knew better than that. I knew better than that. And I looked over and I'm like, I gotcha.
I was about to say, it was like, Drew, like, I'm not trying to cite your dick or anything, but I don't see you actually doing that, you know?
No, I may have chuckled or something, but if Jacob really, I mean, especially after the things we've been through the last couple months with this is monetized, this is how it works, and then that just didn't make sense. And then he mentioned something. It was something that got held that no one saw, but he mentioned something else, and I'm like, okay, now something's really, really weird here. Kind of gave himself up. Yeah, Jacob's in Joe's chat right now. Thank you, Costanza. See, that's even further. But anyway, so we're for those that may be just tuning in, this is kind of a live stream companion for the Super Bowl. We are at halftime right now. Shakira's on stage shaking her ass and making me horny. You know how that works. She's the same height as my wife.
How do you know that? Do you know you got her height?
Well, no, because there was some sort of record, like she was the first something at 4'11" to do this or whatever. First singer at 4'11" to do something or whatever. That's how I was like, oh wow, okay, she's really short. Oh wow, oh she's wiggling her tongue. Oh my god. Okay, so anyways, what we're doing here is when the game is on and when we're not
look at J-Lo.
Oh my gosh. We're actually kind of discussing the game as we go. We've been calling some of the bigger.
Oh my god.
Just having a good time. I've been kind of coming off the flu, so I've been sipping on some hot toddies. Cheers.
I'll be right back.
And battling trolls that I thought were actually friends of mine. So that was kind of interesting for a minute.
Whatever. That was still more entertaining than this halftime show.
Was. I mean, like I said, I thought it was kind of weird the route he was going with that, but he had me for a minute.
You know, we do have that one other piece of NFL news, since we're in the middle of a football stream, about the 17-game season they're supposed to be voting on. I know me and you were talking about that a little bit earlier before we started the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can pull this article up real quick.
Okay.
NFL PA reps amid further discussion days on CBA. Oh, damn, it's Washington Post. We have a million fucking ads.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to make it very far because it's going to block you from reading it unless you subscribe.
Yeah, fuck all that. Bye to you.
How does she fucking get hotter with age? Jennifer
no
Lopez.
shit.
Lots of plastic surgery, probably. You know, the thing is, like these people right here, they work out and like take care of themselves for a living. They don't have.
Well, they can't. They have the money to do that.
Well, yeah, they do. They have the money to do it, absolutely. But it's their job to be good looking. So when me and you go to work, we have to go to the office. We have to do whatever and shuffle papers. When they go to work, they're going to the gym for 3 or 4 hours. They're meeting with their dietitian or they're meeting with their personal trainer. That's their work. So whatever. But in a critical step that may change the NFL landscape for the next 10 years, Players Association will convene again after the Super Bowl to conditionally vote for or against a 17-game regular season schedule that likely would commence in 2021 as a new collective bargaining agreement is on the brink of a make-or-break situation. Let's see. They had a meeting in Miami Thursday that went more than 6 hours. Agents were included.
While you're kind of skimming that, here was my issue with it. I have nothing against making the seasons longer and the preseason shorter, but I would go even a step further and say let's make it 18 weeks and 2 preseason games. I think that's a pretty to see. Really, because in the preseason you're putting people on the field and possibly getting them hurt for something that they really don't need to be on the field getting hurt over, you know? So why not, and I think you can accomplish in 2 preseason games what you need to know as far as, is this person going to be a starter or not? You don't need more than 2 games to figure that out. I just don't think.
But I got a question. If we do add another game in the regular season, wouldn't that make it more likely someone with a losing record be in the playoffs, though?
Well, you still have to win your division. I mean, yeah, having someone who's 8-8 in a really shitty division win the division and make the playoffs sucks, but
well, yeah, because then they could be 8-9 if it's 17 weeks.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I mean, well, we only have a 16-game season now, a 17-week season, a 16-game season, and it happens now. So, I mean, because we had how long ago was it? The Seahawks made it in, and they were 7-9 or something like that, right. And it ended up winning their first round playoff game. So it seems like that's going to be a possibility no matter what. I mean, you can play 30 games a year. You can play baseball level season. You can play 160-something games a year and play 5 games a week. You're always going to have somebody who cannot have a good record end up representing a division in the playoffs. But I don't know. But a lot of this apparently is coming down to, let's see, the players will receive an annual fixed share of the 48% range of an anticipated larger revenue pool and also greater spending minimums for clubs. So it's probably going to boost the salary cap, which is good to help teams afford talent, and it's going to boost the money the players get from profit sharing, which I'm sure they'll love that. Mm-hmm. And the 2020 season would also likely include an extra playoff game, pending the owner's approval at the annual league meetings in March.
How do you get another playoff game?
Unless you want to play the Super Bowl at the end of February and have that extra week.
No, what I mean is, how do you get another playoff game? Do you start allowing losing teams like Casey was worried about? I mean, we've already got. So what are you going to have 2 wild card games per?
Well,
if 3 wild card games.
If you think about it, the way that the playoffs are structured now, you could actually have an extra game. Just get rid of buys for the 1 and 2 top 2 seeds. So that's a thought.
Allowing more teams in,
but I don't know.
How many more 7-9 teams? Maybe even a 6-10 team is going to make it into the playoffs if you do that.
Also, a part of this is going to be eliminating any punishments for players who test positive for marijuana. The on-field discipline fine schedule will be modified significantly in the players' favor, which means they can kill somebody like Aaron Hernandez and get a $5,000 fine. The players would gain increases to benefits to former players, including a continuation of the legacy fund, which has a lot to do with the CTE.
So anybody who commits a crime just pays a fine. They're not suspended or anything.
Well, this doesn't give any details. I have no idea what it entails. I'm sure if you murder somebody, it's a pretty stiff penalty. But all it says on here is the on-field discipline fine schedule will be modified. So if you get hit for a late hit or something like that, so it's the on-field fine schedule. So if you get a fine for doing something on the field, like an excessive whatever, then that fine schedule will change. I don't think it really says that if you do something off the field, like beat your wife or something like that, that you're not going to be getting the same punishments that you got in the past.
Well, one thing I don't have a problem with is, I mean, it would have to be league-wide, so I don't know how you do this, but making marijuana use legal or having the same rules as alcohol use with it. Like, you can't have it in your system before a game or whatever, so on and so forth. But not all states are legal. So like Kansas City, it'd be against the law to do that. So I was going to say, like, in the cities in which it's legal, you could do it, but that wouldn't be fair either. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Goodness gracious.
So yeah, that was the news on potentially a 17-week season. We'll keep following that. If that becomes something more, we'll make sure to talk about it even more.
If I were a player, though, I mean, sure, I wouldn't mind the extra game check, but God, just cut the preseason. It's so pointless anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, have the Hall of Fame game because it's a little bit of a showcase. It's kind of where football season really kind of kicks off, as a Hall of Fame game.
Right.
And then cut down to just cut. What was it a couple of years ago, that there was one team that had like 5 or 6 preseason games because of some weird schedule. Yeah, it's like some teams will have 4, some teams will have 5. It's like, you know what? Screw it. Just go down to 3. Let the Hall of Fame game be one of them. Your first game is just to get a bunch of guys out there in a game situation and look at them. Your second game is where you actually play like the first half with some of your guys you think are going to be around for a while, get some in-game looks. And then your last game of the preseason, you really you try to treat it as much as a real game as possible. Maybe do some things situationally, swap out some packages, whatnot, and then you're ready to go by week 1 of the regular season. But I hate to see guys getting their legs blown out in like week 2 of the preseason in a game that doesn't fucking matter. Especially when you get down to like the 3rd or 4th string, these guys that may not have a shot to make the team anyway. I mean, this guy's out here going balls out, just trying to get a spot on the practice squad or special teams. And so he's really pushing himself. He gets his fucking leg blown out. He doesn't play for at least a year while he's healing and convalescing from that. And then next thing you know, he's healthy enough to play again, and nobody wants him because he hasn't played at all in the last year, and nobody's got a chance to look at him. So, I mean, I don't know. I've never been a big fan of long preseasons anyway, so whatever.
I don't know. I know there's got to be some form of preseason. I've always thought 4 games is too much.
Mm-hmm.
And if 3 is the answer, fine. I would personally prefer 2, and then make it 18-week regular season. Or, well, if NFL would never do this, I'd say, or just get rid of a week altogether. And you could toss. Well, I guess you could toss that on the playoffs if you wanted to get rid of buys.
I like the idea of having a bye week though, because sometimes that really helps. I mean, yeah, something to play for. That, and sometimes, especially if you're lucky enough to have your bye week like late in the season, sometimes you really need that extra week just to heal up. Because after you've been beaten up for 10, 11 games, that extra week off where you can take that 3 or 4 days just to kind of recharge the batteries and get everything straightened back out, and then go out there and play, go into practice on like a Friday of that week, and then grind it out, get ready for the next game. That helps a lot.
Right.
I mean, there's a reason why they they talk about Andy Reid having such a good record after the bye week or whatever. There's a reason why people keep track of that, because that bye week is important.
I got a question. Do you guys think we should just get rid of the conferences and just have the American division and the national division? And
No, because then you end up screwing up the way seeding goes. I don't know.
We'll step away for another minute. I'll be back.
I don't
back for the 3rd.
I don't know that would work out very well. I think
it would prevent any more of these losing teams coming to playoffs.
Well, you're probably always going to have one team make the playoffs that probably shouldn't be. and they're only really there because they just happened to win a really shitty division. I think that's something that's going to happen pretty regularly. Now, it's been pretty rare that that's happened anyway. I mean, it's only really happened once or
True.
twice recently. But
True.
a lot of people kind of, I mean, if you look at baseball did it like that for the longest time. And they finally expanded to the point where it's like we can't just have a National League East and a National League West, and then the two top teams play the league championship series and go to the World Series. Teams will have more to play for if they can win a division and have a chance. Teams will have more to play for if they can play for a wild card. It's you want to try to make sure that you have as many teams out there as you possibly can that are really running and gunning and trying to win games at the end of the year, because that makes the sport look a lot better.
Yeah, true. That's a good point.
But I don't know. NFL could see things way differently than me and screw it all up in the next few seasons anyway. So what the hell do I know?
Hey, is it me or does Jimmy Johnson doesn't look like he ages at all? It just he looks old, but it just never looks like he gets older.
Like I said, he lives a charmed life. All he has to do when he's not talking football is go to the spa and do a little bit of working out and talk to his cardiologist and his dietitian. I mean, when you're rich, you have that ability to kind of just take care of yourself rather than worry about the everyday stresses of life like you and I do. So
yeah. Oh man. At least this is already a good game. Like I told Drew, I was like, this is the first Super Bowl in a while I actually care, because it's always been the Patriots or some kind of team I don't care.
generally speaking, I only care when my team's playing. I mean, because as a fantasy football player, fantasy football season ended like what, 5-6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So once fantasy football's over, I mean, I don't really have any stats to pour over anymore. There's no reason, unless I play one of the online whatever things that are going on, and I don't really do those very often. So it's just about watching the football. So if my team doesn't make the playoffs, I just kind of switch off. Same thing with baseball this last year. Giants didn't make the playoffs, so as soon as the last Giants game was played for the year, I was done.
Oh, fuck.
I was done till the World Series, and I only watched a little bit of the World Series.
Oh man. That freaking halftime show. Oh my god. I didn't care about the whole deal, but seeing all those women in those kind of hot get-up, oh my god. Especially like J-Lo when she turned around and pretty much has assless chaps.
Yeah, that's okay, but what's her name? Janet Jackson has the covered nipple pop out, and then all of a sudden, the FCC is losing their collective shit.
Yeah. I think that's when the last time MTV was given the reins to do the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about it. I don't know about how good that halftime show was, but damn.
Yeah.
It's definitely good to watch, that's for sure.
Oh.
I watched it with no sound on, and that's about as good as it was ever going to get.
But we're waiting for the second half to start up here, guys. So, yeah, just I saw the real Fuego in the chat. Real Fuego, if you want to call up and hang out with us, you can do that. We're just watching the Super Bowl, bullshitting, and then I can kind of fill you in on what happened.
Didn't I? I messaged that to you earlier, Drew. I said we should be on the lookout for some of these trolls. They might be after us tonight.
Yeah, that's whatever. I don't care. Just ban them and get rid of them.
Yeah.
We just want to have fun, That's all we're here for.
Yep. And Andy Reid is here to pass out some Kool-Aid and get Mahomes in the end zone. Go.
I told Drew he needs to take the Kool-Aid man and just put the walrus goat mustache on him.
Yeah.
I'm going to find some gold-colored Kool-Aid to send to you if the Niners win this game. and I'm gonna make you drink it live on your show.
Oh, what about if the Kansas City
Chiefs
wins?
Total yards 155, Niners 177. 2 for 3 on third down attempts for the Niners, 1 for 6 for the Chiefs. No fourth down attempts for the Niners. 2 for 2 on fourth down attempts from the Chiefs, which have been very vital. Takeaways and points off takeaways. 3 of the Chiefs' points came off of a takeaway. Mahomes 12 for 18. Garoppolo 9 for 11. 104 yards. Mahomes 89. Garoppolo 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Garoppolo nothing either way for Mahomes. A lot of running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we pretty much expected that from the Niners. At least I did.
Not a fantastic return for the Niners, but they got the ball to start the second half.
Second half has officially started in Ohio. We're still waiting here in Kansas for it to officially start. If you want to see how things are going on the harsh truth side of things, Frank, the one you can hear on the call with me, the one that's not on camera, is live over on his channel. It is in the chat right now. What's up, Fuego? Yeah. Yeah, so I was like, I kind of got what they were saying, and I could see you saying that, basically, Jacob, but then when I was trying to talk sense and that person went further and further down the hole, I'm like, all right, Jacob would talk with a little more sense than that and wouldn't just go to DEFCON 1, all of a sudden. So I was like, yeah, something's up here. And then they mentioned something that I knew you wouldn't mention. It fortunately got hidden on the stream, but that's where I was like, I need to check that channel.
Yeah, it didn't even occur to me until you had said something. I was like, oh, shit. I didn't even look that closely at the name.
There's the Kool-Aid man.
The Kool-Aid man has arrived. And we can show you that live image of Andy Reid. It is right here.
First down Niners, hell yeah.
I love how Casey looks over the stream like it's going to be something different. You know what it is.
True.
All right, 1st and 10. Pass is complete. Going to make it 2nd and 4. I might be a couple plays behind now. So they already convert to first down?
Yeah, it's 1st and 10 Niners right now.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, since I got the stream back up, I'm even further behind.
Garoppolo, handoff, end around, up, down the sideline, another first down. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Pick up of about 12.
Well, I'm far enough behind now. I'm afraid to make the call because then I'll look like an
That
idiot.
looked more like that. Almost looked like more like 15.
Mm. A little bit of a struggle. That first down, that was like a 15-yard shot up the middle. A little bit of a scuffle there. They got broken up by the refs.
And fucking commercial break. God damn it.
Are you shocked?
Well, I'll call what I'm seeing then. It's
No, I'm just annoyed.
1st and 10 from the Niners' own 36. This was about a play ago. Fake handoff. He gets handed off to a receiver, number 19, who takes it down the sideline and gets another first down, like Frank said. It's about 16 yards down the sideline. Yeah, that halftime show, Jacob, that was great. I had to step off camera and rub one out. But yeah, to anyone new who's watching, we're just talking about the game. We obviously can't show it due to YouTube's policies. It's very easy to find if you are looking for the game. You can go to foxsports.com. They're giving away the game free live online as well as on Fox. So there's definitely some ways to watch the game, but this is more of a companion stream. You don't want to hear Joe Buck babbling and everything. You got us, and we'll babble. We're a bunch of idiots too, but hey, at least it's something different flavor.
We're smarter than Joe Buck.
This channel, typically, this is our, in 23 minutes, we would normally be starting our weekly show called Derailed, which this is episode 99. We just started early for the Super Bowl. And we talk about the big news topics of the week, hang out, have a good time. We usually have a top list we end the show with, which think Casey's gotten us one for tonight. I wasn't going to do one, and then Casey was like, dude, you still got to do one. So went ahead and let him pick it this week, and it'll be a surprise to you guys. But I didn't even screen it, so you guys are at Casey's mercy tonight.
Well, you're surprised. It's a surprise to me, too, because I sent you 2.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll pick between them. And then, during the week, I do news shorts here on this channel. So if you like keeping up with the news, I can't keep up with everything, but if I happen to be around when something breaks, or if there's just something I really got an opinion on, I want to talk about it with you guys, I'll do a video on it, and we'll talk about it in the big forum here on the podcast. So it's kind of what you can get out of this channel. So if you want to subscribe and check that out. Otherwise, we don't usually cover a whole lot of sports, but when it's in the news, it's the news. So that's why we're covering it tonight. And we're all football fans, so it all kind of works out. Everyone becomes a football fan on Super Bowl Sunday. Topless Drew, Baby Drew. What's up, Ryan Romano, Triple R?
Oh my God, we hadn't seen Baby Drew in forever.
We haven't. I actually had to move some of Baby Drew's stuff to get my laptop over there.
You get around there. All right, positive yardage. I'll take it.
I'm still looking at the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury commercial.
Do you watch any boxing, Drew?
Not really. I mean, I'll watch some of the big fights and stuff just because it's the thing to do.
I used to really like boxing when I was a kid, but the problem is all the people that wanted to fight heavyweight, they ended up going to UFC. Mm-hmm. There hasn't really been a good heavyweight class in boxing for a long time. Probably since the 90s.
The last time I really followed boxing was with Lennox Lewis.
That was the name I was going to bring up.
And that was one of the last great heavyweights.
I was going to bring up as the last one that I actually gave a damn about. I'm actually going to look up. There's really no true title lineage because there's 4 different belts. But I'll look up list of undisputed boxing champions. That'll give us at least a good idea. Men's heavyweight. We are still covering the football game, guys. We're just, we can't just sit here and call the whole game. They will take us down for that too, to be honest.
Really? Just for like commentating?
That happened to Ken one time, actually.
Really? That's shitty.
He called a UFC fight to a T like he was Joe Rogan, and they took him down for giving away the fight.
That's lame.
I think he got a 3-month one out of that too. You'd have to. Let's see though. Last undisputed heavyweight champion was Lennox Lewis. WBC, WBA, IBF.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think he held 3 belts.
Well, yeah, I mean that was how the undisputed worked. But what happened after 99?
Come on, Niners. Need a big drive.
Klitschko got the WBO. Something happened with the WBO that it wasn't included in with Lennox's shit. See, that's something I've had the hardest time following is why one recognizes one, why one recognizes the other. I've just never bothered to figure it out.
No.
But right now, Deontay Wilder is WBC. Manuel Char is WBA regular. And the closest thing to an undisputed right now is Anthony Joshua, who's IBF, WBA Super, WBO, IBO.
Damn.
Ooh, Niners going to have a 4th and 2.
Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of getting off of the game here. Probably why everyone's leaving the stream.
Oh. Okay.
I saw 2nd and 5 stall at the line of scrimmage, making it 3rd and 5. Put Andy Reid back up on the screen here for a minute. Have him dance around for us while we get ready for the 3rd down play. And it is in field goal range for the 49ers if they don't make this 3rd down play.
They didn't. They came up a couple yards short. They're going to kick a field goal now.
Yeah, I saw it's 4th and 2. Gosh, I hate that I'm this far behind, guys. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
But it's as live can be as far as the internet's concerned.
Field goal is up and good. Niners go up by 3.
The third down play was, just a pass up the middle that came up short. Frank says the field goal is good, so we'll call it good. The scoreboard updates, and we're waiting on the kickoff. 9:34 left in the third quarter of Super Bowl 54, 13-10. 49ers over the Chiefs at this point, and we'll await the kickoff.
Hey, Frank, you're talking about you would send Drew orange Kool-Aid, but would you drink red Kool-Aid if the Chiefs win?
Sure.
Will you do it on the show?
Sure. As long as that red Kool-Aid's got some alcohol in it.
What's up to Ultimate Football in the chat? He's watching the game too. Looks like he might be just judging by the way he's talking, he might be a 49ers fan. He said, damn, what a block by 74. Play action pass for good first down. Stop short by a couple. Yes, fourth. Oh, maybe he is. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe he's just here for a good football game. But welcome to the chat, Ultimate Football. Yeah, we're just hanging out, talking about the game. And, of course, a couple side topics here. I was just talking about the heavyweight championship in boxing and the way the lineage is really weird. It's hard to talk football this whole time, especially this came off of a long halftime show. So we're just kind of chilling out, but welcome to the stream. Good to see you. And if anyone's new that doesn't know how to call in, you can call us on Skype at D-Railed Gatekeeper Drew. If you can't find me on Skype, you can tweet me, send me a private DM on Twitter at Gatekeeper5150, and I'll reverse look you up and I can pull you onto the call. Those are the two best ways. If you want to get on the show, we're just hanging out. Like I said, nothing crazy. It's not our usual no dead air broadcast where we're really hot on the topics and stuff. So more of a chill stream tonight, but yeah, that's what we do here. And we also like to watch Andy Reid sell Kool-Aid and dance in his dining room there.
While he's not coaching, he goes up to the stands and sells some Kool-Aid.
He's got to do something to make that bonus money.
That's right. Who's that Western guy? That Western commercial seems funny.
The white guy was Sam Elliott.
Yeah, I saw that his little mustache kind of wiggle. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm watching the Sam Elliott one right now. Some of you guys that may not know or just now jumping into the stream, I've been sick most of this week, so I'm if you hear me take it a little easy on my voice or not get too loud or mute for a minute or stop talking, that's why. I'm trying to balance some this is going to be ultimately a 7-hour show, so I've got to do what I can because my voice isn't 100% yet. I've had my little spouts of good moments, but yeah, just making do.
It shocks me. You know, it shocks me. You said you've had only 2 sick days in 25 years. Like or 23 years. That's wild.
20, yeah, almost 23 years. But yeah, I mean, I don't get sick that much, and when I do, I just work through it. I don't care. I'm not going to let something screw me out of a vacation day or anything like that. So I just work through it. The only other time, it was Easter, probably 2004 or 5.
Wow.
Easter 2005, and I was pretty sick. Like, I was probably going to call in anyways, but I presented it differently just to make myself feel better. I called the store, and my boss knew that I'd been pretty sick. I mean, he knew I wasn't feeling well, and I called him up and I said, "Hey, dude, how are you guys staffed today?" And he goes, "Just stay home." I'm like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "I know you're not feeling well. Just stay home. I'm here. I'll stay." It was Easter, so it wasn't a full day anyways. He's like, "I'll just work the extra 2 or 3 hours that you would have been here in place of me. Easter's already over by 4 o'clock. I don't care. Just stay home. He said it's not busy. Don't worry about it. He's like, I won't even dock you or anything. It's Easter. Happy Easter. I was like, oh, okay. So that's why I say that first one kind of doesn't count because I didn't have to use a sick day on it. So this kind of technically was the first time I spent a sick day to stay home. And I probably could have just not told my boss and not taken the sick day, but I didn't want to do that.
Nah.
But anyways, yeah, we're kind of missing the game right now. Mahomes from the 9, 1st and 10. He's running through his own end zone now. He runs back up, gets the line of scrimmage, chucks it over, caught. And that's going to be a 19-yard reception there.
That could have been a safety if someone was in there.
Thank you, John Madden.
I
See, we were
was
talking about that earlier.
about to say, did you do that on purpose?
Yeah. Looked like someone gave the dude natural selection on his way down. Shout out Charlotte. Dude like jumped over and like his head whipped down as the guy went down. 1st and 10 now. Mahomes from the 28 in shotgun, one back.
Wow,
Snaps up the middle. 3-yard play. 2nd and 7.
Big stop right now. On him. Get on him. Oh, that's not it. Oh, did he drop it? Oh, no, he caught it. Yeah, Chiefs got the first down.
Yes.
For those who don't know, Frank on the call with me is also he's casting. He's live streaming as well, basically doing a simulcast with me. That's the link to his channel. He is about a play and a half ahead of me. Casey, it varies depending on the way he sits in his couch, I guess. But I think he's about a play ahead of me.
Yeah.
So we're looking at 3rd and 6 as I sit here with you guys. 3rd and 6 with 7:40 left in the game. From San Francisco, or from the Chiefs own 32. Mahomes again in gun with one back to his left, takes the snap. Running back plays blocker, caught, 1st down, out of bounds at the 41.
I don't think the Niners are getting the kind of penetration they should be getting on the defensive line right now. Ooh, fumble. Tell me the Niners got that.
Uh-oh.
I thought you had some penetration with the sounds you were making right there.
I think Kansas
Obviously,
City fell
it's a
back on it.
little bit confusing for you guys, but Frank, we're going to be here. I'm going to be calling what Frank just saw here in a minute or two.
Oh, that was a straight up fumble too.
And
Mahomes got lucky there.
2nd and 5 now.
No tuck rule on that bullshit. That was a straight up fumble.
So we got a 2nd and 5 play coming up, and it looks like there might be a fumble coming up on this next play.
Kansas City got it back though. Still a big defensive play though. I was just talking about them not getting pressure up front, the defensive front. They crashed on them that time. Ooh, God, you guys got to keep the pressure on. You guys can't just drop back. Ooh, pick! Niners, baby!
Oh, no.
Pick!
Well, I'm not even going to call anything. You're so far ahead. So tell us describe what happened.
Mahomes dropped back. He was going, it looks like Sammy Watkins, and number 54, the linebacker, dropped back in coverage. Just stepped right in front of him, hit him right in the numbers.
Wow.
Damn, that was big. Ooh, that was big. Ooh, damn.
Unbelievable. How far downfield was it? Was he like trying to throw some like miracle?
No, it wasn't a deep bomb or anything. It looked like about a mid-range pass. It wasn't anything too crazy.
No.
I'm catching up to it right now, and I'll here we go. Here comes the play. So it was 3rd and 12, in gun, one back. He's doing a lot of shotgun. And he steps back, throws, minor pressure. Yeah. It was the only Chief. There was like 6 fucking Niners around him. What the hell was Mahomes thinking? That was at San Francisco's own 45-yard line. So he steps back, and there There is no excuse for that play.
Damn.
There's no excuse for throwing that ball. Take the sack, run out of bounds, run into your own end zone. For fuck's sake, don't throw that ball. Jesus.
Now the Niners got to do something with it too.
That's true. I mean, they're at their own 45, so if they get stopped 3 and out, it's only gonna be field position for them. But we're on commercials now. I'm sure Frank will be back in a minute with him being about a play and a half ahead of us.
Just took my word for it, guys. Game's over. Niners won 13-10.
What's going on? 1979 Norton. Yeah, unreal, man. This is a crazy game. This is a game that we've been wanting. People are all like, "Oh, I don't want to see these teams," and I've heard people like upset. Sorry. Again, I've been sick all week, guys. I've heard people go, I don't want to see these teams, these small market teams, or these teams that don't deserve it. I like the parity. And you know what? The parity, every time you get a Super Bowl or any sort of sports championship like this, where it's 2 teams you're not used to seeing, it's usually a pretty damn good game. Remember that Rams game where it was like a yard short? The guy just couldn't make it.
Yeah, the Rams Patriots that year.
Yeah, and Patriots were not the Patriots we know now at that time. They were, I mean, they were a team that we weren't used to seeing in the Super Bowl either, just like the Rams. And that was one hell of a Super Bowl. It's 2 teams you're not used to seeing. You know, there were virtual nobodies in the Super Bowl. And now you're getting that right now. I mean, the 49ers obviously have some records to match up, but as far as recent history, you haven't seen the Niners that much in the Super Bowl. And the Chiefs, this has been 50 years. So, you know what? Quit complaining about parity in sports. Parity is good.
Damn.
Go ahead.
Well,
right now. Go ahead.
I wouldn't call for the San Francisco a small market team. I can understand you say Kansas City, but not San Francisco.
No, I was meaning more in the way of Kansas City as far as small market team, and that's why I followed up the Niners by saying that they haven't been around the Super Bowl in a while. They certainly haven't won one in a long while.
Yeah.
The last time was early 90s. It was like 92.
Yeah, just like the Patriots. They're not a small market team, but back when they faced the Rams, they may not have been a small market team, but you wouldn't have known any different.
No.
The Niners just got another 15-yard pass right up the middle. They can pass it. They can run it. It doesn't matter what they do. The Chiefs are struggling right now to slow them down.
We need to put them on the ropes right now. Ooh. God, I don't know if he came out of that route the wrong way or what. He overthrew everybody. He was going for Emmanuel Sanders just then.
You know, at least there's not a lot. The one thing I won't complain about this is we're not having a bunch of flags on this game.
Hey. It doesn't matter whether they're straight or not.
No.
Oh, flags. Oh,
Penalty flags.
Jesus.
Hey, what does it matter? We're inclusive here. We love everybody.
I mean, they're from San Francisco. What do you expect?
Ooh, there we go. Yeah, I'm digging it.
Penalty flags.
Sounds like they're panned out pretty well for the Niners there. I'm a couple plays behind, as it would be when you're rabbit ears versus internet broadcast. The rabbit ears wins every time. Now I'm really regretting not having those rabbit ears. You got me by surprise on that, Frank.
Down to about the 15. So they're inside the 20. They're driving.
Well, I'm watching on this, and I'm a play behind.
Oh, did he get it? Oh, just short of the end zone.
I'm gonna let you take over the play calls here, man. I'm way too far behind.
Yeah, his knee went down about the 2. They're gonna call him down about the 2. That might not even be a first down. But actually, they can get a first down on this drive because the first down marker is just inside the 1. So the 49ers can technically get a first down on this drive without scoring.
He's short.
Yeah, like I said, Frank, go ahead and
Well,
take over the play.
they gave him first and goal. And,
What?
yeah, I didn't think he was down. Oh, Niners are all saying he's in.
Well, because their fucking opinion matters.
Officials are saying he's in. Touchdown Niners, baby.
Touchdown Niners.
Their opinion matters.
And we're going to await the extra point before we get to this derailment that's sitting in the bin right now. So go ahead and call that, Frank. It's 19-10 currently for the 49ers. They just snuck into the end zone. A 2-possession lead. Is it 20, Frank?
Oh, good run, too. Oh, they're setting it up right now.
Setting up for the extra point. More than
God, that's
likely going to
big.
split the uprights and move us into...
I hope so, because the last thing I need right now is for the Niners to miss a stupid-ass extra point and lose this game by 1. I would slam my own head through my computer if that were the case. Oh, God, that's big. That's real big.
What, did they just show their cock or something or what?
No, not yet. That's going to be after we win.
So we're
You
still
said they
waiting.
were setting up. I don't see shit. Now I do.
My digital signal is fucking up. Yeah, it looks like it went through. So, yeah, we're looking at, 20-10.
20-10 49ers. And right now we are getting derailed by It's the Costanza. First one of the night. Let's go for a soda.
My dish is frozen now. It's just stuck on 19 to 10.
Hang on, Casey. Wow. It's the Costanza says he would eat and use Shakira's used tampon as an air freshener. Before or after you ate it, Costanza? Jesus Christ. I agree with you, though, but cheers. I'll cheers my hot toddy to you. It does taste pretty good. I wish I had more honey. I went through a whole jar of honey. I bought all these raw honeys that were on clearance, and I intended on having 1 or 2 of them left over for times like this when someone gets sick, so we can make hot toddies or, honey, lemon water, or whatever someone's poison was, And I go to the cabinet the other day to make one, and all I found was this cheap knockoff honey that one of us bought a couple years ago. I'm like, where's all those $10 raw honeys I bought? Oh, well, there's one at the office, I think. Where are the others? Well, there's the one at the office. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. But anyways, cheers again, Costanza. Matter of fact, I'm going to pound this for you. My voice could use the help anyways, and it was getting cold. So
chug, 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 chug.
That's the last of the honey this house had, even though I had like fucking quarts of it just a few months ago. But now let's see what's going on in the chat. Let's say what's up to the chat while we work through this commercial here. I'll click over to you guys and see what's going on over here. We've got Ultimate Football's been holding down the fort for a little bit out there. Also, 1979 Norton. What's up, guys? Man, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you're new here. We do news stories throughout the week, and every Sunday night, when it's not the Super Bowl, every Sunday night, we go over the news in kind of a fun, comedic way, and give our own opinions on things. And it's called Derailed. We get into side topics a lot, so check that out if you want to hit the subscribe button. Also got Carl Matt's interception saying, Fran, I told my friend this game will come down to one mistake. TSS, my Madden 20 video, actually predicted Warner getting an interception. What? Oh, Warner. I'm thinking Kurt Warner. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Okay. The NFL put a big middle finger in the air to Trump, and all the racists turned the halftime show into a straight Spanish concert. What the hell, Costanza? Ryan Romano, about a yard short. Ultimate Football said, damn, and it's the Costanza said he'll share it.
I think it had less to do with getting pissed off at Trump or pissing Trump off and more to do with having asses like J-Lo's and Shakira's on screen.
So, yeah. Better
Well,
have
they're
a
in
naked-
Miami. Who the hell did you expect them to get? Like a bunch of country singers? You're in Miami.
I got a question. All these celebrities they're showing off, did they actually pay for their tickets, or you think they had them comped?
They had them comped. That's one of the reasons why you can't get tickets to the World Series. Ooh. Oh, damn. Dude, they had Mahomes on the run big time. But that's one of the reasons why I hate watching the World Series and stuff. There was one World Series game several years ago. It may have been the one against Kansas City. I forget. Where they had the camera had cut away to somebody who was on one of the big new Fox shows they were trying to plug. Was sitting right behind the dugout, and that was in like the first or second inning. And then by the fourth inning, even the commentators were beating their asses for like they left. They just got up and left. They were there long enough to get their faces on TV and to have the commentators plug their show, and then they got up and left. I was like, "Fuck you! If I'm getting tickets to a World Series, I'm not leaving my seat from first pitch until the game is over."
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell
That
you,
pisses me
it
off.
wouldn't be covering a major sporting event without the number one fan of sports joining the call. This guy does not miss a major sporting event to save his life. And ladies and gentlemen, that man is Alex Payne. What's going on, Alex?
I've been here since exactly 9 o'clock. I'm on time as always. And the first thing I heard when I joined the call was Drew go, ugh.
Well, we were just talking about Shakira and J-Lo and their assless chaps, so of course Drew's
No,
gonna have
it
that
was
kind of
before
reaction.
that. It was when he was talking about the tea.
Oh, that's why I can't laugh. That's why I can't laugh,
Ooh,
guys.
get him,
Oh.
get him. Oh, Mahomes may have gotten it. Mahomes may have gotten the
I'm
first
drowning
down.
in a cacophony of yapping dog noises every once in a while. So yeah.
That too.
Yeah, God,
But you're
Mahomes
back
just barely got that
about-
first down.
Actually, get left hanging around. And we also got rejoining the call, Jabroni Jabber. Probably got the kids to bed.
Yes, sir. And
Oh, my
Made
favorite
time
buddy.
for- made time for myself, like I said in the chat, to please myself twice to J-Lo's ass, who
Yeah, definitely.
just keeps staying the way it did. And when I was jerking off, alone time to, what was that song that she sang today? Jenny from the Block, when I was a young whippersnapper.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I had to step away too. I left these guys.
I'm surprised they didn't bring Ja Rule. I mean, or unless he's busy. Or isn't he in shit for something? Was he
I don't know.
diddling? Was
Probably.
he diddling kids or peeing? No, that was the other 90s guy. R. Kelly. I always mistake this. Steve.
Yeah, R. Kelly's a piece of shit.
Jabroni, how dare you?
You know what we didn't bring up yet? Is our Betty White comment for the week.
Oh, we still got a lot of show left.
I've still got to talk about. Okay, so after the game, to cover that for you, after the game, we're gonna do our post show. Tell everyone what we thought of the game. But then, for those of you who might be new to the channel, this is episode 99 of Derailed. We do this live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. This is episode 99. So next week, obviously, is episode 100. Monumental point, regardless of what's going on and whatever. We've got some fun things coming up. I gave away a little bit of that last night on our special stream that we did. And we are going to talk about, after the post-show analysis of this game, we will talk about what exactly to expect on episode 100 and a giveaway valuing $100, $1 for every episode that Derailed's been on. We will be giving away a prize pack worth right around $100.
Our co-host
Can I-
eligible.
I was just going to say,
Both of you,
Spoiler alert: it's $52 hose.
as always, the co-hosts are ineligible.
Oh,
I quit.
damn you scoundrels.
That wouldn't be fair to any of the viewers.
That's okay. I don't like cheese anyway. So
Yeah.
But let's just say it involves what Casey was asking about.
Video games?
How much is it?
Is it always
Drew,
video
how about
games
you
with
just give
Casey?
me Drew, you could just give us $1 per every episode we were on leading up to this point.
There's some episodes we don't even make $1. We've only made $1 this episode so far. And that's gonna, after you figure in everything.
That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
You know what you signed on for. This isn't fucking Howard Stern, all right? We don't.
I wish we had his viewership.
Howard's overrated. Jason Ellis is the king of Sirius XM.
You're the only person who's been a co-host for all 100 episodes, Alex. And you know how it started. We didn't even have donations, derailments, whatever you want to call them, the first few episodes.
I got a question.
I think I've only been on, because we on 99.1. I think I've only been on, 96 so far. And considering I'm going to die on Tuesday, I'm not going to make it to the 100th one. So, you know.
I got a question. I'm not technically a co-host, so am I eligible?
Well, you try to call him before the show starts, so what does that make you?
Why would I be live at 5 a.m. tomorrow, Steve? For what? I mean, if you think I'm just going to stream that long, no.
Oh, God, no. Hell, we started this at, 6?
Oh, speaking of derailments, we're getting derailed. Scrap sandwich from Carl Matz. What's up, Carl? Speaking of derailments. Thanks, Carl. I mean, yeah, it's kind of different from what you're used to seeing here, and thank goodness, because my voice is taking a fucking shellacking tonight. But cheers, Carl. Yeah, I mean, I'm really gonna, now that I've got a couple more of you guys on, I may have to lay back a little bit and give it a rest, because it's really, you guys got to be hearing the difference. I'm hearing it.
You just sound like you have a cold to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm stuffy, and I know a little bit of the stuffiness is coming back, but I'm starting to feel the pain a little bit too. So I can just tell by the end of tonight, I mean, if we've got another 4 hours to go, I'm in trouble.
You're starting to get that Darth Vader voice again, Drew.
Not doing that again. That didn't help me either today. Thanks again, Carl. I appreciate it. Man, sorry to hear about your sore throat. Ryan Romano, $100 giveaway. I know what it is. A trip to Alex Payne's island in the Bahamas. That costs a lot more than $100. I'm sure Alex would be happy to show you a good time.
Alex has his own little fuck house down there in Bahamas.
I'm good.
Bodark, I did a couple of hot toddies today. Since the show's been on, those actually did the best for me. But now that I'm out of honey, thank you to no names I'm not going to mention, but we're out of honey now. So,
well, if you quit pouring it all over Casey, we wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Casey.
No,
yeah, you try to blame other people, but you know,
I told you not to take the honey down to the diddle cave.
You know, Casey, that's why you're not eligible, because he's pissed at you.
Well, I like honey. What am I supposed to do?
Just
control yourself, you heathen.
I do want to mention we're at the start of the fourth quarter. It's still 2010 49ers. It is Chiefs ball, 1st and 10.
God, this game feels fast.
And they are closing in on field goal range, so we'll see.
Ooh, good cutback right there. Good cutback by the Chiefs.
Oh, I was where he just about got intercepted.
I give this game a grade A so far.
You gotta drink yerba mate tea, Drew. Then you just won't get sick.
You gotta drink your own urine. No, dude.
Oh,
that works.
No, the idea is to drink someone else's urine, because your urine is full of stuff your body's already rejected. Get it?
Excuse me.
I've been on mute for all that. I'm coming back in.
So if you want some urine, I'm sure we could all collect our urine and send it to you, Alex. It'll make you feel good.
I don't need it. He needs it.
I'll work up about a gallon or so Ooh, Mahomes going down. Bam, big sack.
Oh,
Oh my god.
well, lucky
Man,
for
Out of
you guys,
context,
there is
that would be taken very weird.
you guys, there is a mute button. Everyone on the Skype call heard about every possible noise that could have came out of my body in the last 2 minutes.
I
They
don't
were
think
wonderful
that's true.
noises, Drew. We enjoyed them greatly.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, I'm sure I could give you a couple more, but I just wanted to let them know how lucky they were that they didn't have to go through it. At one point, I was like, I think Brody mentioned something about a tea or something. I'm like, I'm on mute. Just keep going.
Yeah, yerba mate. It's changed my life. I barely get sick anymore.
Tea of some young guy.
Well, that too.
And he gets massive
Oh,
erections. Yeah,
I
Mahomes
haven't
went
been sick in
down.
5 years, and I haven't drunk anything special, so you know.
So it's 3rd and 6 right now. Chiefs are in field goal range.
Need to stop. Come on, Niners.
I mean, I'll take the stop here if it means a field goal.
yeah.
Rooting for the Chiefs, I'll take the field goal here. I'd rather see the touchdown and get that out of the way. But there's nothing wrong with a field goal here that at least brings it down.
Ooh! Did he get it? Did he? Oh, tell me he got it.
Oh no.
Oh, the Niners just picked another one off.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh,
god. Oh
Oh.
shit, dude. Oh no.
Oh, and he's bringing it back. That's a safety.
It went off of Hill's hands. Oh, he threw it behind Hill just a little bit. It went off his hands. Bounced
Did
right
you
back
say
to the defensive
safety
back.
or you mean
It-
touchback?
It
No,
could've
he
been.
was. I think he was down, but oh
Because
my
it took it all the way
goodness.
back the other direction.
He was down already. It was a dead play.
Then it would have been a
Oh.
touchdown, not a safety.
Oh, was
It would have been
Oh,
a safety,
yeah,
not a
my
touchdown by
bad.
the rules. But
my
it
bad.
doesn't matter. He was already down.
I'm still on the. They just finished the
Oh.
2nd and 19 play. Fuck! I hate internet streams.
Oh, I just saw it. Oh my god.
But that might have been the call of the night for the safety, Casey. I think you steal.
Oh no, he's right. I just saw the play. I mean, if he wasn't tackled, it would be a safety. Yes.
So,
Yeah, I gotta watch.
so he went the other direction.
Now wait a
Oh.
minute. What happened to the over celebrating penalties
They got rid of that.
Yeah, I think they did get rid of that.
for the Super Bowl?
No, for NFL, because I remember reading something. I haven't watched a whole lot of football anyway the last couple of years, with the exception of
Well,
when I need to for fantasy. But I think
they
the
got-
players association was kind of pissed off. So I don't know. I don't even care
Talking
anymore.
about a play that was called for over celebrating just a few weeks ago.
There's still some things you can't do.
Ooh!
Like nearly the whole squad right there was in the.
This was the
whole
trailer I was
celebrating.
waiting on.
You should have seen back in the day. I think it was like 10 years ago in the CFL. You might have seen highlights on like excessive video stuff on SportsCenter, but they got a 5-man bobsled going after a touchdown. It was fantastic. They used the little the pylon in the end zone, and the first guy jumped on, and then
Oh,
the other
Oh,
receivers.
Canada got a bobsled team.
oh yes.
I don't know why the Canadians would have Jamaican accents, but fuck it. No, I was never for the celebrating going away. It's just weird to see it now. But they should have never gotten rid of it in the first place. But if they're going to bring it back, now's the time, because you need your fans, your old fans, to start having faith in you again. And to see someone have a good time after a touchdown or an interception, as long as it's not excessive or really stalling the game.
Well,
then, yeah,
I
you
just
see,
say
like,
I
late
just
game or something.
I just want to see people keep it classy. I mean,
Someone battery dying?
what's that?
Someone's battery beep or something?
No,
I
I was
thought I heard a
just
beep.
updating or turning the volume
Okay.
up on baby
Oh, you're
monitor.
now I know that sound. I was like, why don't I know that sound? Was because I haven't heard that sound in a few years. But okay, no, that's good. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't on my end, like something was going on with my stream. Go ahead.
I think that celebration was a little excessive, though.
No, I mean, I
They've
hate
been
it
doing-
because it was in the Chiefs, but
They've been
was
doing it all year. With whenever there's a turnover on defense, fucking everybody on the defense piles into the end zone for a picture.
I just think it's kind of silly. I mean,
Oh,
I tell like my kids when I coach baseball, I'm just like, act like you've been there before. I mean, you can celebrate it after the game and have all the fun you want, but during the game, we got business to take care of, kids.
Get off my lawn. The guy just got an interception in the Super Bowl. He's not going to really do anything bigger in his life. He hasn't been there before.
Hey, this game's not over yet.
No.
I mean, we are one, because my knock on Garoppolo for the entire season is he has thrown some really untimely interceptions late in
Oh
the
God,
game.
they're not throwing the ball anymore.
Well, they just completed that one.
Well, I'm not there yet, but I would run. But I mean, so you're telling me you didn't like when Randy Moss fake mooned the Green Bay fans? I thought that was one of the best things ever. That was fantastic.
I think it's funny, but I mean, like getting your entire sideline to do whatever. Yeah. Have you guys ever seen the movie Basketball?
Oh God, yes, I love that movie.
Like in the beginning of that movie with the Dallas team, when they score a touchdown, they do this whole like fucking Lord of the Dance routine. Like that kind of shit is the stuff that I look at and I'm like, really? Can you be a little more classy? It's like one thing to spike the ball. It's one thing for one or two of your teammates to come over there and do something a little choreographed. It's like whatever. But if you get to the point where you have half the fucking sideline and you're calling people down off the stands and you're doing all kinds of stupid shit, that's when I want every yellow flag in the zip code of where you're at to start flying and be like, nah, motherfucker, you're going a little too far here. But you can't leave it up to the judgment of the officials because there's always going to be somebody who gets pissed off. I don't know. It's just silly. Ooh. God, that could have been picked off. There was nobody there.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, do you make the same sounds in bed?
To do what?
Oh, Casey's thinking here.
Well,
It depends. Is my girlfriend almost an interception? I might. He throws one a little high and it goes off the hands of the wide receiver and it's up in the air for a minute. I might go, ooh. Oh, I got lucky on that one. Got lucky that one came down and hit the dirt and didn't get picked off.
You sound like you have some very intricate acts in bed.
Hey, I'm a very specific lover. What can I say?
I was going to say something a minute ago and I completely lost it.
Were you?
Yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to say is the derailments. I'm going to go ahead and leave them open for the rest of the game. We'll probably pause them after the game is over. But instead of me going back and forth looking at them, pausing, unpausing, because there's only been a couple that came through. I'm going to leave them unpaused at least till the end of the game, and we'll look at it then. So the reason I bring that up is for you guys on the call. If you hear me say we're getting derailed, just you know how that works.
I really need a score from the Niners right now.
I need a score from a beautiful woman.
This game feels pretty damn fast.
Well, they just had that penalties graphic go up across the bottom. There's only been 3 penalties for each team. When you've got a low amount of penalties, then you're going to see a pretty smooth game. Another thing I've realized looking at the score, over-under for this game was like 54.5 or some shit. We're buying 30 points right now.
I thought the score would have been a lot higher.
Oh, I
mean,
for sure thought
the game left if you think about it, but
yeah, I for sure would have figured that both these teams were going to score in the upper 20s.
Well,
I called it with Garoppolo outplaying Mahomes before the game.
You figure the average football game, it's meant to be 3 hours, but it usually runs, what, about 3:15, Frank? Is that what you would say?
Well, the Super Bowl is kind of a different thing. You have the longer halftime for the halftime show.
Right. I'm saying forget the Super Bowl, just a regular game. What, about 3:15?
Yeah, roughly 3. Yeah, somewhere around there.
The game started it was supposed to start at 5:30, so I'm going to hold them to that. It's their fault it started 10 minutes late. So 5:30, we're not even to the 3-hour mark. This game could end foreseeably in a logical amount of time. Well, if this game ends before 9 o'clock, then it's not been any longer than a normal game.
Well, they've had lots of completions, lots of running plays. So, like, what's Jimmy? He's only thrown 4 incomplete passes, so the clock's been running.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if this was a regular season game, it would have been over before 3 o'clock. Or 4 o'clock in your case, Frank.
Yeah, Niners just punted away. The Chiefs are going to be starting just inside their own 20 at about the 17.
Okay, because I'm at the fourth down part right now. I'm waiting for the punt. Go ahead, Casey.
No, well, I was about to say, but it's been
Oh,
a real
shit.
good game, though.
Mm-hmm. Why have I not captured this one yet? I thought I fixed everything. There you go. There's Casey. See if I got everyone else. Boom, boom, boom. All right. For some reason, Casey's zoom-in camera wasn't captured, but now it is. It's good. Ryan Romano's going to bed. Good night. Triple R. Whose tattoo's hot as fuck? Goes to Tommy's Barber's checking out
Mine,
someone's
actually.
tattoo. Oh, is it yours?
I mean, it's not mine you see him, but my tattoo is hot as fuck.
Okay. I'll tattoo you in the middle of the forehead. Ryan Romano in the chat says, I wish I could stay up, but I'm headed out. Thanks for the early start tonight. Good night, everyone. Take care. Yeah, I was thinking every time I start early, I'm like, man, Ryan's gonna dig this because he'll at least get to catch some of it live. But Ryan, you know how we roll. There's still probably another 4 hours left to this show, so yeah.
You need to try 5.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't have a whole lot of content. Frank's got a couple things. I've got a couple things. But you know how we like to draw it out. You never know. But Ryan, yeah,
Listen,
have a good evening,
Drew,
man.
Your voice could be completely gone, and you still would add an extra hour onto the show.
I don't know. Tonight, you'd have to have been in my shoes this week, man. I honestly thought about ending it after the game was over, and I'm like, I just can't do that. Because I've still got to talk about episode 100 and some other things, and I just may not record tomorrow and just beat myself up the rest of the way.
Sounds like a severe case of the Poseitis.
I really love doing this. If this doesn't prove to anyone that I don't enjoy doing this, I mean, get the fuck over it. Because I'm like fucking dying here. I wish I could just be silent and sitting on the couch watching this game, but I would much rather be down here to the point where I've been like fighting a cough for the last 45 seconds. Even though it sounds like I'm fighting crying, I'm fighting a cough right now. So I'm going to mute and cough.
It's
But anyways,
Robitussin.
Hey, Tommy's Barber, hot toddy is honey, lemon juice, whiskey, and cloves, and it's a pretty good remedy for a runny nose and stuffed up shit like that. My aunt drinks it all the time.
I didn't even read it right. I thought he said hot tat. But yeah, he
It's TODDI or TOTDY. TOTDY.
Yeah, I just took about 2 shots of Makers, because that's all the whiskey I've got in the house right now that I'm willing to open. And as much honey as I could pour in there on that last one. So it's supposed to be like a tablespoon, but I do probably a quarter of a cup of honey. Because I don't fuck around. I don't want anything watered down. So I did like 2 shots of Makers, 4 ounces of the honey or whatever. And then, fill the rest of the coffee cup with water. This coffee cup here. Make sure I'm on screen. And so it's probably 8 ounces, 6 ounces of water. And I fired it up for about a minute. And there you go. And you can tell that I'm out of it because that's what I've been drinking most of the night, and it's really starting to catch up with me now.
Ooh, they stop him? They
it's
stop him?
No, SC episode 100 is next week, and I'm going to be talking about it after the game as far as what to expect. There's even a prize pack involved, so stay tuned for that. That person was not S.SC, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, hot toddy. There you go, PBR Street Gang. Looking at 8:20 left in the game, at least on my screen. 7:50 on the official clock. Looks like it's Chiefs ball on their own 40.
they get the? I think they probably get the first down. Yeah, they get the.
Yeah, first down. Also, yeah, it was assigned first down.
They got a penalty too. It's 1st and 15.
Oh, yeah, it is now. Was it maybe a false start? Did you see it?
I didn't see it. I just noticed it was 1st and 15.
I've got one more play here. I had 2nd and 1. Yeah, I'm just so far behind. I don't know what happened between now and.
I'm at
Ooh,
8
ooh, ooh,
14.
ooh. Please tell me I didn't draw a flag. Niners kind of got away with one.
I'll tell you what, 2 more bottles, if that would make my voice come back and make my throat feel better. If Hot Todd's come would fucking lubricate this shit up, send Todd down. Casey's cum sure as fuck isn't working.
Nothing stops the sneezing like semen.
Hey, you said that. I didn't.
First down, Chiefs.
It's amazing that Troy Aikman can still function after his career, how many concussions he has. You know what I mean? I'm shocked that he doesn't have CTE.
I don't know how many. How many confirmed concussions did he have?
Who's that?
Troy Aikman.
7?
Yeah, 7 popped in my head.
Confirmed, really?
I thought he had almost 2 or 3 every season.
I mean, if you count stingers and shit, I think he had a dozen. Like, the fact that guy's not out there, hacking up families is beyond me.
Brett Favre thinks he had thousands of concussions.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, Troy 7 or 8. And he has no memory of playing in the 1994 NFC Championship game.
That's because he lost that one.
I have no memory of what I did on episode 74 of Derailed, but I haven't gone back and tried to watch it either. So
what the hell am I? What the hell did they challenge here? I was away on something.
I don't remember. They were reviewing whether he actually caught the ball or not. I think it was a catch, but I'm not 100% sure. Because it's first down Chiefs if the play stands.
Looks incomplete to me.
I don't know. I think they may end up sticking with it. I think they called it a catch, didn't they?
Yeah. But Frank, I know the Cowboys lost in that game. If you go back and watch, that might be one of the worst games I've ever seen Troy Aikman play. So I think he was some kind of.
One of the things they don't understand about concussions is, some people can have 4 or 5 concussions and not really suffer any major malfunctions, but other people get 1 concussion and the next thing you know, they've got fucking CTE and they're acting all crazy and they're pulling a fucking Aaron Hernandez. So, who the hell really knows? It's kind of everybody's physiology is different. So,
well, maybe it wasn't quite as bad as I thought. He was 30 of what the hell? 30 of 53. Jeez, Emmett didn't do fuck all for 380 yards, 2 TDs, and 3 picks. Sacked 4 times. Oof.
Let's see. I think, Chris Benoit, I think he has CTE. That's why he murdered his wife and kid,
Yikes.
Well, he had...
Allegedly.
Oh, my God. They're on the freaking... What's his name?
Wasn't it steroids, though?
Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Kevin Sullivan's theory right over here. I was on that bandwagon for a little bit. But now with all this CTE thing, I think that's what caused it.
Oh, they did rule it incomplete, didn't they? If it's 3rd and 15.
Oh, did they really?
I don't know. It's showing up on our score thing.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, they called it incomplete, so it's 3rd and 15. Wow. If they don't get first down here, that's big.
That looked like he caught it, though. It looked like he caught it, and it just kind of went down with the ball.
They don't get this first down. Man.
No, they got to go for it either way if they don't get it.
Uh-oh. Well, they got it right there. Yeah, that was big. God, how does None of the defensive back can converge on that fast enough. As long as that ball was in the air, none of the defensive backs could get there in time. That ball was in the air forever.
Forever.
That was a big play.
That was a big play.
So what are we looking at here? Got 1st and 10. Chiefs on San Francisco's 21 with 7:13 left in the game. In field goal range, got a full set of downs.
Very badly need to stop here. I'll settle for the field goal. Tell you what, it's a, you know, I think either way, if they score a touchdown or a field goal, then you can have to expect an onside kick because you don't really have time to. How many timeouts?
Timeouts.
Yeah, the
no,
Niners.
You weren't onside.
Oh Jesus! How was Hill that wide open?
Yeah, I just saw that one too.
That's what I was saying. That ball was in the air forever. I don't know how any of the defensive backs can get in there.
Yeah, I think we're at about the same spot there, Jabroni.
I think you're slightly ahead, but that's fucking. Now I'm wondering if I should have. I'm like, fuck it, I shouldn't have canceled cable. I'd be watching it live. But then I'm like, oof, that's $130 a month. I'm not spending anymore.
Right. True. All the streams are getting shut down. Yeah, Keith Hall, you can't show the you can't show television on YouTube. Matter of fact, this game is live on foxsports.com. Fox is giving it away online. You just got to go to their website and watch it. Right here, what we're doing is just a discussion. We're talking about the game. We're kind of calling a couple.
Ooh. Oh, damn.
You'd expect over at your buddy's house or whatever. But unfortunately, on YouTube, you cannot show the game. You cannot show television. Matter of
Niners are going to get hit with a. Oh, the question is was he in the end zone? Oh, damn it. Niners are going to
be talking about it.
Niners are about to get hit with an interference call.
Uh-oh. But thanks for stopping by anyways. Keith, you're welcome to hang out, but unfortunately you can't show the game.
That's probably just going to be at the 1 or the 2.
They're going to put it at the 1.
They want you to get YouTube TV and watch it that way.
That's close, like where it happened. Like it.
Damn it. Touchdown Chiefs.
It is good. Oh, yes.
Touchdown!
Oh, damn it.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
I fucking hate that guy.
See? Hey, you shut your mouth. You shut your filthy maple-covered mouth.
And now that I'm watching it, I know that's pass interference, but god damn it, I hate that rule. He doesn't touch the guy. I know he doesn't get his head around, but the ball's underthrown.
Shit on our fucking commentators. But
the only guy that's worse in the NFL is that dipshit that's the radio guy for the freaking Eagles. Oh, what the hell's his name?
You listen to a lot of people's radio streams or something?
Kick
no, but when you watch a lot of like the top 10s on the NFL network and stuff, they'll play the radio host call because it's a more homer call than the national.
How could you hate Mitch Holtis though? That touch.
I just don't like Kansas City. I fucking hate that. I hate Kansas City.
I think that OJ jersey, the hate's starting to rub off on you. You might want to change it.
We still have a ball game.
You might want to change back into a Troy Aikman jersey or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, Frank, you ever been to a game?
A football game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been for a lot of years, but yeah.
I'm sure they're pretty cheap up there in Ohio.
Actually, depends on the seats you want to get. I mean, I actually went to the last 2 games at Riverfront before they demolished it and opened up the new ballpark in Cincinnati. So I went to the second to last game against the Niners. Me and my dad went to that game, and then me and my girlfriend at the time went to the next week's game, the very last game against the Browns at Riverfront Stadium before they officially moved into Paul Brown Stadium.
Yeah, I went to one Cowboys game. It was the season when the Giants went to the Super Bowl but lost before they went to the Super Bowl and won recently.
Right.
and it was me and my dad. We went to that game. It was the Cowboys versus the Giants. It was a Sunday night game,
Mm.
and then I went to two preseason games. So
The Niner game that I
Yeah,
went
I've been to a couple of Chiefs games. One was preseason, one was regular season. Other than that, I don't think I've been to any other football stadium. No, I haven't.
Can we talk about for a minute how this female assistant coach for San Francisco is barely a female?
Oh,
how is she barely a female?
I don't know. I'd do her. What are you talking about?
I think that's the walking definition of a bull dyke.
What?
Who cares? She's not bad looking.
I
I
don't
was
think
gonna say. I mean, she maybe looks a little Hispanic, but that doesn't make her
kind of
dyke.
looks like Ronda Rousey's ugly twin. But,
I'm gonna have to disagree with that.
well, that's fine. But
I'm
you
offended.
can disagree,
I'm offended
but
for my people.
you can disagree, but you're wrong. She is not
But
attractive
I'm
at all.
wrong.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but some people's opinions are incorrect.
Fair enough.
Never
Then I
a truer
guess.
word spoken.
You're gonna cover your face up with the scoreboard now. What do you think of that?
Well,
You're doing us all a favor.
I was
exactly.
just gonna say that. Why
I've
everyone
never-
keeps
I've-
stealing my lines? Tonight?
I've never looked so good.
Oh, you know what?
I kind of look like Data. Oh, no, now I don't.
I hope
Good
Carl's
return.
still out there. He fucking dropped $2 and I never updated the top derailer. My bad, Carl. You should be on the top there.
Okay. Who's ready for the XFL to start next week? This guy.
I got to admit, I'm kind of intrigued at the XFL now.
I know it's going to be nothing like that shit show that was the original incarnation, because Vince McMahon has kind of left all football decisions to Oliver Luck. He actually hired someone that, knows what the fuck they're doing.
Well, the guy that runs that is Andrew Luck's
You
dad.
froze up there for a second, Jabroni.
No, I was just talking about how it's not going to be a shit show like the original incarnation.
Ah. Well, it looks like we're getting ready, at least on my end. I might be a play behind, but we're getting ready for the kickoff. The Chiefs. Let's see what kind of kickoff it is after the 1-yard touchdown catch by Travis Kelce. And it is a full-on kickoff that's going to get all the way to the 1-yard line. It's going to be returned out to the 19. That's where we're at, 1st and 10.
I had to step away for a second. There was one good commercial I saw. It was funny as fuck. It was the Groundhog's Day commercial.
That made you want to beat off, or what?
He thinks the
No.
groundhog is sexy.
You're a Bill Murray guy.
Yeah, I
Okay.
loved. It was funny as fuck.
He saw that little hairy groundhog and was like, God, you were sexy.
No, I love the Groundhog movie.
I love the person who just came into the chat and said that this isn't the Super Bowl. What a bunch of weirdos. I'm out. Nowhere in the stream did it say we were showing you the Super Bowl. So it actually says live stream discussion.
In capital letters.
In
for
capital
you,
letters, it says discussion.
For
I
you
made sure
that
to
are a little
capitalize
slow.
discussion so people like you came in here would realize that you're just an idiot. So you've just proven that you're an idiot and you look like an idiot to everybody else.
I don't think I can
Damn
say
it.
it anymore on YouTube videos. So just go look up the how to say late in French, and that is you.
Niners got a punt, damn it.
Looks like the Chiefs might be coming back.
Well,
Okay, so that was me lagging. So I actually have to drop the scoreboards, I guess. I'm going to have to drop the scoreboards. So you guys are going to have to help me out with that.
Niners about to punt right now.
Sorry about that, guys. I know we're coming up on the end of the game, but my stream has finally reached its wit's end on tolerating the scoreboards being up. It's been a long, long game, and we need to Be respectful of the OBS gods, apparently.
Oh, here's another one. Another clickbait clout chasing Super Bowl stream. I don't see how that's clickbait, dummy.
Yeah, when
And
it says it's a discussion.
How stupid do you have to, it's like you said, well, maybe, I guess it's not for free in Canada, but if you by now don't know where to find streams for live sporting events besides YouTube, kill yourself. You're like, please don't have children, because I don't even think you can tie your own shoelaces if you're that stupid.
Let's say I'm pretty sure they're showing this on the Yahoo Sports app for free too. So even if you are somewhere where you don't have access to a computer, you're probably watching
There's,
your phone.
I mean, really, all you're doing is showing how much of a dumbass you are. It's literally Fox is giving it away online for free. Yahoo is giving it away online for free. You literally go to Fox.
Ooh. Oh, Mahomes just escaped. God damn it. The kind of pressure they needed.
Which for years has not been.
Oh, Drew's getting choppy.
Yeah, Drew.
Then it's your fucking problem, not ours.
Drew, you were dropping out bad.
Can you go back on your rant? I think I picked up every fifth or sixth word.
We're losing Drew.
Did you hear me?
We hear you now.
We did that time.
We heard, but thank you.
Wow, I've really done a number on this.
I think it's time to switch to PC.
No, it's not that. I've been running 2 browsers. I need to drop everything I can here. Drop anything that's...
You need to drop everything you can and marry Casey.
Exactly. Nope, I just think that there we go. It should be good now. I got rid of anything that was bogging anything down.
It's big, I know.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
Chiefs are inside the 20 now.
All right. And I will pull up a Google scoreboard because I think that's going to be a little nicer. I'm not connected. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, this thing's still fucking up. I think it is. Yeah. All right. So this is what I'm going to show you guys for the score because it'll probably be a little nicer for us. Like I said, I've really done a number on running things here to make it look impressive, and it's been bogging some things down. So let's pull this up here.
You're missing that.
Here's what.
Come on, Niners. Come on. Oh, good job. Way to stay on Mahomes. This is where Mahomes is most dangerous, too. So if you got everybody covered in the end zone when you're inside like 5 or 10.
Oh, that was a nasty hit.
Has Bosa done anything this game?
It's been hard for me to tell because I'm not actually listening to the commentators. It's hard to hear his name, and I'm only kind of trying to watch the stuff for the stream at the same time of watching the game, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Second.
3rd and goal. Oh, come on, you stop right now.
3rd and goal at the 5.
Yep.
Touchdown could mean victory, a field goal.
Touchdown. Damn it.
Touchdown, Chiefs.
Niners.
And
big score like right now.
Oh, that looked close.
Game in the playoffs. The Chiefs wake up late. And, you know, they've scored more points now in the second half than they did in the first. So.
Yeah, it's a touchdown. I don't know. Did he step out before the ball crossed the plane? I can't quite tell.
That's exactly what I was saying. It looked
Dude, that
close.
toe. I don't know.
Well, it's going to be live for me here in just a second. Let me look.
Ooh, I don't know.
Go back.
No, we'll go back. He'll be out at like the 1. But still, God,
that'd be back from a touchdown.
Well,
and then it's 4th and goal. Then what do?
You go for it.
Right
Mm.
there. His toes out. Ooh, God, that's close.
If you go for it, Casey, and don't make it, you're fired.
That's close.
I
God,
still
that's
be
close.
rich enough.
It's hard to tell from that angle. That's close, though.
Why did he go out? He could have pushed in.
I don't think he was
Well,
trying to go out. It's just
Well, I'm
his
just
toe
watching
hits
it
the
live
white.
now.
His
No,
toe
I'm
hits the
saying
white.
he should have punched in long before going out of bounds. He should have just punched in.
No, he didn't make it. I don't know. This might just stand.
God, that's close.
The camera in the hash marker or whatever the
Right there, you can kind of
so
see.
close.
They'll have multiple cameras. They can start piecing together. Like use the pylon camera to figure out where his foot hit.
Oh, this one might be the best one.
Ooh, he's short.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's close because right there, it's about where the ball is at that moment that his toe hits the white. It's pretty clear that his toe hits the white border, but I don't know if you can tell
there's
where the
no
ball
debating that.
It's where the ball is.
Ooh, that's a
This
Ah,
one
damn.
camera angle I'm seeing is now if you only had one camera to use, this one camera angle I'm seeing would not allow you to overturn it.
You know what?
No.
This one from the sideline, he's short, but I think it's gonna stand. It's gonna stand. It's not enough to overturn. It'll stand.
They're gonna have to come up with like 2 or 3 angles
Touchdown.
and piece them together, like you guys said. They kept it.
Yeah, they're calling it a touchdown.
Jay Smith is celebrating. Ball broke the plane. He is absolutely right. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, see, I don't know what happened there. I pulled down a lot of the extra shit. As you can see, man, I got rid of the fancy scoreboard we were using.
That could went either way.
Apps that I was using.
We're losing.
We've really done a number with the internet tonight.
We broke it.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a rough stream with all the shit I was doing, but there we go. I mean, it's looks like we're gonna have probably a 4-point game, which this extra point is going to be a very significant one. They've got to make it.
They got it.
They got it. So it's 24-20 because you want to force the Niners to score a field goal or a touchdown.
Touchdown, yeah.
No.
I know Frank doesn't want that, but he knows that fact.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Now I guess you really want to push the football all the way down. I was about to say, do you go and I was about to ask a stupid question, say, do you want to do an onside kick? But no, you want to kick it all the way down.
I would go ahead and kick it. I wouldn't do an onside kick here. I would go ahead and kick it.
Why the hell would you kick it onside? You're up 3.
Well,
I don't know. If you wanted to shock the fuck out of the Niners right now, it wouldn't be a bad time for an onside kick. You might catch them really off guard, but I wouldn't risk it.
But that's why I was
thing I've seen in a Super Bowl, I think.
Because the Niners, right now, there's 2:44 left. If you do an onside kick and don't get it, they're going to have a short field with 2.5 minutes left.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. I was about to say a stupid question. That's what I said before I said that.
That would be ballsier than when Peyton did the surprise on kick coming out of the halftime at the Colts.
All right, Niners going to start at their own
Saints
15.
Yes.
2:39 to glory. Come on, Jimmy G. I need you to be the fucking quarterback that we're paying for right now.
While we're waiting for this 1st and 10 start of the drive, I'm going to sit on the thumbnail for a second and let everything kind of catch itself up here. Right now, we're looking at a score of 24-20. Kansas City Chiefs are leading the San Francisco 49ers. Ignore that score on the screen there. That was before we took that down.
Yeah.
But it's 24-20 Chiefs over the Niners. 2:44 left in the 4th quarter. Actually, it's a little less than that because the
No.
Good play. I'm happy.
So what's the
Go ahead.
Casey?
No, I said go ahead. My bad.
No, I didn't have anything. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, sorry, Frank. I just want to root for the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's all right. You can be wrong.
Everybody's got an opinion. Just some people are wrong. I can't. I hate Patrick Mahomes, but I hate
Niners
the 49ers.
jumped.
God, this has been a really good Super Bowl.
This has, and I'm having a lot of streaming issues. I'm going to do something really.
Wide receiver flinched. So it's 1st and 15, 2 minutes, 2 seconds left.
What was the over under again?
The over under was like 53.5 or 52.5 or something like that last I checked. I don't know what it was at kickoff.
You know what? We're
Dude,
not
what
too
are you,
far from
stop! Go downfield farther, goddammit.
We're not too far from that number now.
Damn you,
Well,
goddammit.
Unless San Francisco scores quick, then it'll
Well,
be
right now the total score is 44.
Yeah.
You need at least another 10 points to hit the over and the over under. And there's only a minute 56 left. So I'm willing to bet if you took the over, you're probably losing money because the Niners are going to try to drag this thing down to the last second and score with like 1 second left and not give Mahomes any time at all to go down and drive down for the score. So.
Or unless you want to make some big money, just you go for it.
The Skype call and see if everything's working okay now for us. I've got to recapture the Skype call as well. I knew if I didn't do it now, I'd have to do it after the show was over or after the game was over. So I just went ahead and did it now.
Should they pass out the hats right now?
Where are we at in the game?
We're under the 2-minute warning.
Did we move on? I didn't hear you.
Didn't they do that one time where they pulled out the hats too early and the other team won?
I don't know. I mean, I know that what they generally do because they have hats printed up for both teams.
Yeah.
Hang on just a second, guys. While I've got the stream back up, I'm going to shut everything down, reboot. Fuck this. Something is up, and I'm going to reboot everything. So you guys keep talking over there on Frank's stream. Go over to the Harsh Truth. I'll drop the link one more time in the description box. You can hear the rest of the coverage over there. Oh, shit, that's the wrong fucking link. It's in the description box. Just go check it out. Go hang out with Frank. Let you know when I'm back. I've got to reboot everything.
Yeah, I may end up having to do the same thing at some point. Mine's been really laggy. It won't change a lot of my graphics anymore either. But what were you saying, Casey?
About, them passing out the Super Bowl winner hats and the other team happened to win.
Oh, well, they actually have, for the locker room, they actually have hats for both printed. So what ends up happening is you, like, they'll actually take these boxes to the stadium and they'll have 50 or 60 or however many they need of these hats in each locker room. When the game is over, they have all this stuff kind of in the hallway ready to go. And when the game is over, the winning team, they push all the stuff in there, the champagne, the hats, the shirts, and all that. And the losing team, they'll take those right back to the manufacturer and have them destroyed.
I thought they sent them to third world countries.
Sometimes they will send shirts and stuff to some of the third world countries. But I know that some, who was it? I think it was maybe Nike had said they were trying to stop doing that because people were going just to have some weird piece of memorabilia. We're going over to like Africa and offering some poor African kid who got one of these shirts like $3 for their shirt. And for all these starving kids in Africa, $3, I mean, that's enough money for them to eat off of for a month. So, and then they were coming back and they were having this, what they considered a rare piece of sports memorabilia, but they're not even really worth a whole lot of money. Ooh, first down. Hell yeah. First down at midfield.
It might be worth it. Wouldn't you think that would be worth some good piece of money for an
Well,
Russia.
in the future, it might be. It's not worth much right now. I mean, because out there somewhere, there was a picture I had seen a while back when the Patriots lost the Super Bowl to the Giants the year they went undefeated in the regular season.
Yeah.
There was a picture that was circulating about some young African kid wearing the undefeated Super Bowl champion New England Patriots shirts, and because it was like a big meme going around on the internet for a while. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, got bad in the air, but luckily hit the ground. But yeah, there was a picture that was floating around the internet for a while about that, which I thought was kind of funny. But yeah, I think that a lot of places have just gotten to the point where they're just trying to get rid of this shit.
Yeah. I figured they would start destroying that. Now I think I'm only a half play behind you now.
Well, that pass from Garoppolo just got bad, and it's 2nd and 10.
I'm at 149.
Oh, damn! That would have ended the game. Thank God that didn't go the wrong way. But remember that.
Oh my God! Now I saw it.
Yeah, that would have ended the game. But I want to point something out. You see this play right here. Remember when Montana beat the Bengals? So that ball got deflected too. When Montana beat the Bengals the first time, that game-winning drive, Montana nearly threw an interception, would have ended the game. So there's a couple of similarities here already. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to guarantee a score with 30 seconds left in the game that puts the Niners on top, but it's an odd coincidence. Oh, downfield, big shot downfield. Oh, he overthrew him. Damn.
Let's not forget the biggest play in 49ers history. Oh, Jesus. I just watched the near interception, but let's not forget the biggest play in 49ers history. Montana was trying to throw the ball away.
Well, that's
the catch.
That's one theory. I don't know for sure.
Montana himself said he was trying to throw the ball out the back of the end zone.
Well, I had heard Montana say that the reason he threw that ball was there was two potential outcomes. One is the ball's going to get thrown away and nobody's going to catch it in the next play. Or two, the only person that can get it is Dwight Clark. So if anybody catches it, it's going to be his receiver.
All right, we should be back.
There's no way he could have actually possibly seen Clark and all that fucking mayhem.
Hey, all I know is it happened.
I think he was just launching it there and saying, well, if Clark's there, he'll catch it. If not, it's going into the 4th row.
God damn it. Don't! God damn it! Garoppolo, be fucking smarter than that, you dumbass.
Uh-oh.
Niners just lost, did they?
No, but Garoppolo just about gave the fucking game away.
That was 4th and 10, though.
Yeah, that was 4th and 10. Oh, it's a flag.
No, it's 4th and 10 now, but the way that he was just kind of like throwing the ball up in the air hoping that somebody would get it. Therefore, the play is dead. There was no illegal touching. First down. Yeah, game's over. Fuck.
He had the guy there for the touchdown on the last play. He missed him.
God damn it.
Sorry, Frank.
I'm not even sure what the hell they threw that flag for. There was a lot of shit just going on. Oh, it's that thing across the face. Okay. Ah, God damn it. Well, the Niners still have 3 timeouts. There's 1:25 left. So.
Got to get a stop.
Need some defense like right now. God, they're already on the Niners side of the field, too. They're at the fucking 42.
Son of a bitch.
It's unlikely.
Are we back now?
I hear you.
I'm hearing you. I'm not watching your stream right now. I kind of shut everything else off because my computer's been having a hard time.
Yeah, you're live.
Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Oh, hell, the play clock ran out, too.
I went ahead and I shut the game off on my laptop. I shut the laptop down. So if that doesn't do, I don't know what else I can do. I've literally rebooted the computer and I've taken everything down.
Ooh, they missed a play where they missed a legal hands to the face there on Garoppolo on that play. Got drilled in the head.
Well, no, they said that he was down already when that happened, so they picked up the flag.
I'm not listening to it with any sound, so.
Yeah, the play clock ran out anyway.
The play cock?
Yeah, the play cock. Come on, stop him. Game over. First down. Yep, game over. Streaking down the sideline. Score. Game over. God damn. Ugh, that's heartbreaking.
Oh, and it wasn't even
Holy
close.
shit.
You believe it?
it hit zero big time. Like that's not even close.
Oh yeah, it wasn't even close, but it's immaterial now.
Yeah.
It's about to be
Oh my
31-20
God.
Chiefs.
Andy Reid's gonna get his Super Bowl win. The Kool-Aid Man's gonna get it.
Damn it. That is disappointing.
Well, the Niners still had a great season, though. Don't hang your head too low. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Shit,
he
my
didn't.
team didn't even fucking make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm not really upset. I mean, 4-12 to being in a really good Super Bowl. I'm okay with that. But
I'm gonna send a message to the JB Sports Radio Wire Room. What's going on, motherfuckers? We're live here on Derailed celebrating the Chiefs
some
winning
of us are.
the motherfucking Super Bowl, bitch!
Some of us are. Not all of us.
No, Frank's celebrating. He's celebrating too over there on the Harsh Truth. Check him out.
No,
We
he
were
is
at
not.
90 subs before we went live, I believe.
Hopefully I have a few more. I actually didn't check. I actually didn't put the sub count thing on here. I thought about it, but I'm not really worried about it. I was more interested in the game. God damn it. Now I'm way less interested in the game and way more upset.
I'm just disappointed that fucking stream had to drop right at the end of the game. It's like, this is not how I wanted to enjoy the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. I can already hear the fucking fireworks outside.
Somebody needs to tweet Steve Lookner and make sure he fucking knows this is more important than the goddamn coronavirus.
He doesn't. Now, if someone died, he'd be on it.
Hey, Drew, are you going to go streak into the road now?
No.
You got to support your team. Your team just won.
Why don't you do that for me?
You know what's funny is if the Niners manage to go downfield and score a quick one, they can actually take the over. So I was just saying that I didn't think anybody was going to get the over. Somebody could get the over on this one now.
I mean, it is the Super Bowl. I mean, they're going to try.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's a shot.
People are shooting off fireworks already.
Oh my God. How awesome would it be if he took the kick back? Or has it already happened?
They went out of the end zone, so they got it at 25. Garoppolo's dropping back and went to throw downfield, but got hit as he threw it.